All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. You're the young one, so I'm at the departure. That's a 10 quim. Today, you're about to try this year, so. All right, you're about making sure say, Uber Chichuti. Or you're about to share child, Ube Uche. All right. And then another topic, as I say, then shall the end come. All right. Leader, Bishop Nathaniel, any other leadership I had class with so many times. All right, great class. I'm gonna go into details. All right. But I know the meta on like on the basic level, all right, because leadership anytime be almost try to be I'm gonna go into deep details. I'm gonna bring it out histories, books, all right. Normally I back it, say Bible no, a true book, and if it's a Bible no, I can't want him, all right. And to another topic and they say, then shall the end come, all right. And to Uncle Bible, you about making sure so better truth, you have been mass national child, obey you check. And to Uncle Romans chapter 3, Romans chapter 3, verse 3, and the Bible. Because which one they say the Christianity destroy your mindset. Anyhow, Muslim something me mosika me yesi amount. Some more in there I destroy your mindset, right? I'm out for be better social media, me show more videos how I'm out for promote to Muslim sem how I'm on for okay me come the idols idols here most same I'm on for promote to with the same right internet the ama Bible no you nyamo Ghana for the omonje Bible indi right internet the about share a little bit history about kind Bible no near who there you read the Bible now there topic they say then shall the end come. All right, in Romans chapter 3 verse 3 near heard the Bible now Romans chapter 3 verse 3 I say for what if some did not believe? Or say essentially you can't Bible in and semi you see Bible your Bible to me say Ghana for any Israelite for among especially in from Ghana for any Israelite for Ghana for you free Egypt Ghana for you say me share one of the video Sister Grace no interview one of these common sense families and Obusane say what is it Ghana for yes you Israelite for when you are someone Sister Grace beside brother no as some my brother never can and they say oh Ghana for you Israelite for but assassinate there I can't say that's what they do as some can and toss making no sense how come say Israel assassinate there but you Israelite for no right so brother we unbelievable say you Israelite for no and when you are some Paul Ebusa my mention can be Romans chapter 3 verse 3 say for what if some did not believe and see you know Ghana for and believe say I'm paying Israelite for and believe say you na assassin ye there and believe say yes Christ tuntuma shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect and no man now aka afa ne ba yes Christ home and some man now aka afa the children of Israel does it mean say na does it mean say happen na because these Ghanaian brothers and sisters in believe Bible no does it mean say no man now aka fa yen ho no Israelite for no na God forbid at the end of the day some be believe some make us about from some may almost from some changing Yankopon prophecies what Bible no and to mean changing Yankopon omu unbelief no and to mean changing sad no and at the end of the day me internet no all of a sudden you go in and out see and I'm sorry a reader and I'm sorry a teacher to me someone find me someone say me pause All right. Yeah, and see, Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. What's going on with this internet? And Jesus went out and departed from the temple around Solomon area. You see, if you go through history, Solomon at that time, I'm gonna destroy the temple. Zerubbabel, I'm gonna build a temple, right? And see, at this time, Zerubbabel, I'm gonna build a temple. And see, disciples not for Christ. Yes, Barnabas has our temple way. Barnabas has our temple way. Verse 2. Or say, and Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And yes, I just said, what time is going on? So temple it will be destroyed. Just because I the disciples that temple it will be destroyed. And just as some man yes me because you go through history in the time of 70 AD, right? My main share article. No? The time of 70 AD, my main share article. Namuhu asema America. So I'm going to me IT, SI, reader, SI, teacher. Why? I'm going to some more to make us and mama someone to make us. All right, my share me screen. I make sure my idea America. And who asema yes Christo actually disciple and says our temple no. It will be thrown down. Okay. All right. Oh, all right. So let me share my screen real quick. All right. Shalom, shalom. Mosaic Christ class. Happy feast. All right. Let me share my screen. All right. And see where 70 AD, how the temple was destroyed, right? The time of Rome, the Romans, I would say, right? So when you call internet swap, or type in 70 AD, the destruction of Jerusalem, and I said the destruction of the temple. Remember, I history now. It proves that the Romans had destroyed the temple, right? And to that same way, yes, Christ country disciples and say, a time will come, the temple no new be no. This is what when the idea yes Christ they all come. And young call say, the siege of Jerusalem of 70 EC was the decisive event of the first Jewish-Roman war. And to go through history, Luke chapter 21 verse 19 down, and I said 20 down. Yes, because catch disciples and any Jews know we believe in this, or we believe in this. Almost the Romans funny about almost making sure almost journey free the assassinate so because at time Romans funny about destroy Jerusalem, right? Now for my omoku yena nanum bi no be bia the akonko assume. Right? Okay, Luke chapter 21 verse 19 down, and I said 20 down. So asema and commissioner Yesu Christo kind and a bemu at the time of 70 AD. Right? 70 AD, then Yakosibuni ne was assassinated. So, nay, young Israelites and the was assassinated. So, yeah, be before. Me can't be before. Me can't, yes, can color no. Different shades of brown. Yen Israelites no. Yen ne ye were assassinated. So, at that time, assassin Israel no, and ya Akosibuni assassin. And then your Chinese for asase. And then your Arab for asase. And your Israelites asase. Right? Mankind. 70 AD, or say the siege of Jerusalem of 70 EC was the decisive event of the first Jewish and Roman War, 66 to 73 CE, or say in which the Roman army led by future Emperor Titus besieged Jerusalem. And Titus and Vespasian, Titus nebani Vespasian, right? And Titus besieged Jerusalem no. Want me and the Vespasian at Ebetwaso, right? To my mentor, or say Titus besieged Jerusalem, or say the center of Jewish rebel resistance in the Roman province of Judea. And at this time, we'll go through we'll go through the whole article because that's a bit, right? And at that time, the Nyampon catcher, yes, could catch and announce so most Romans funny about Munjani first as in a stone. One Israelite, yes, one day, and ye Johnny free assassin so. And Kophobia near from Zealous, any other you can say revolution at that time, brothers some movies so say you beat me Romans for Nakono. Or more me rebellious, no, they almost stay in Jerusalem. But many of us know Johnny call down to west coast of Africa. A baby called Janiko Egypt. And yes, scatter around. But majority of us know a free Israel and Egypt and in the man you be do west coast of Africa. Right? Mami to also. Mami go straight to the point. Or say if I can make paper. Say the destruction of Jerusalem and the Second Temple marked a major turning point in Jewish history. The loss of the mother city and the temple necessitated reshaping of the Jewish culture to ensure its survival. Right, and at that time, where at the time of Titus and Vespasian, almost destroyed the temple. Right, and to any some used to catch disciples and I'm say temple will be thrown down, meaning the time of Titus and Vespasian. I mean, I say the siege. I say Josephus places the siege in the second year of Vespasian, which corresponded to the year 70 of the Common Era, meaning CE. Titus began the siege in a few years before Passover. I mean, I say surrounding the city with three legions, Macedonia, Humanity, whatever. On the western side of the fort, Fretinus on the Mount of Olive up to the east, in reference in his Jewish wall at 6-6241, is to Titus' siege. Though difficulties existed in the interpretation, then at the time, according to Josephus, Jerusalem was thronged with many people who had come to celebrate Passover. It was also say, let go straight to the point. But okay, the distraction. I'll say the second account of Josephus described Titus as moderate in his approach, and after conferring with others, all that 500-year temple be spared. According to Josephus, it was the Jews who first used fire in the northeast approach of the temple. Right, and to go through history, who said Romans destroy Jerusalem, I'm gonna destroy temple, no. Babylonians by conquer Judah, and I'm gonna destroy temple, right? And to destroy temple, no go through history. Zerubbabel ended on it, and I'm gonna build this temple near the Ibim, all right. And to yanko back to Bible, no? All right. To me, go back to Bible, no. So I'm gonna find me. All right, and then go back to Bible and see. Come Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. Or say, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, "Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Right? And to when you send my disciples in Bombu say Yesu, may a sign a church over, sign being able to over. And after so, and then a sign being a bimium say the end at the air. Right? And to when you send my disciples in Ebusa Yesu Christo. Right? And to have signs now, Bible no, I mean, these are the signs that bimium say Jesus Christo at the air. All right, and to quote 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. You heard the Bible, Nika. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. And to what say there, second, or say, what are the signs of thy coming? And to when you are some disciples in Ebusa Jesus Christ say, oh, bow, signs to be able to say, and Paul Jesus Christ over. All right. All right, and to quote Titus chapter 2, verse before my call Titus, my main finish it, my main call Matthew. A new Bible into what's a new Bible? No. All right, so me come back to Matthew. You better call 2 Thessalonians. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. Or say, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Until almost say that sign be say at temple no ever destroy. You can look at yes so extra almost sign no. And I'll say, and what shall be the sign of thy coming? Until yes Christo. What are the signs of thy coming? Sign be near the you be say and Paul yes Christo over. All right, me twice verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Or say, take heed that no man deceive you. And China yes Christ will catch you say, I'm taking heed so that no man will deceive them. Because you go through the Bible, you go through history. And him say, after yes Christ will occur, disciples shall say, I'm Bible, you cool. And see, I don't know, catch him say, take heed that no man deceive you. Meaning, back into that kind of was say in regeneration, into which means catch says some back. Wait, these are some of the signs that you will see, right? And you have signs now. My disciples no extra our Bible. You say asema Paul excuse me, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. You share some of the signs Abimilus and Payuskusu Eba. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Or say, let no man deceive you by any means, for that the day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And Paul me as I said, yes, Christo about one of the signs that we say yes, Christo and say number one. Or say number one, this one say will be a deceiver, right? But or say except Messiah can be on verse 3 or say, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And to say one of the signs that we use to say there has to be a falling away. What is that falling away now? Paul Eka and Wansem. Yenko Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Or say before it's to be banner, I say young Israelites you're falling away, right? First. That's the first thing. Let's say you're falling away. And it's that falling away now. Paul Eka and Edian. And Yenko Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. I say, Deuteronomy chapter 28, may kind verse 15, or say verse 15. I say, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And to when asema Moses ekache na nanum abro o ye free Egypt no, oni nam estres no. Okache na nanum se mo adi Nyankopon mra asem so a no me de eba bedam so. Na no we ba ko okache na nanum any sad we. Me jampiako verse 68. Verse 68 or say, and the Lord shall bring thee, meaning more Israelites. Now, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Or say more Israelites no. Say more di Nyankopɔn mmara asɛm so a no mo baako a Nyankopɔn de beto mo so ɛne sɛ mobɛkɔ nkoaso mu. Na nkoaso no a mobɛkɔ no mo de ship ɛna ɛbɛkɔ saa nkoaso no. Yɛn nyɛ in Bible history say at this time they free Egypt ɛna ɛba. Right? Nti saa Egypt na Moses ɛka ho asɛm ɛkyerɛ sɛ yɛnkɔ Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. Near Egypt as a trade. Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. Or say, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. All right, into Egypt as a trading bondage, meaning enkwasom. And to go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. Yes, I'm kind of be me and say Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68 will say, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt as a trader say, house of bondage and slavery. And in Yapa got Moses, and says, ye need master and swap, ye beko and kwasumu beam, right? Or say, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ship. Or say, sa and kwasum mobakono, mo the ship and a beko sa and kwasumu, right? Yen in history, oko emina castle. Prove ben the whole chess and anamo conquasumu. My young go through history real quick. My searches had a history about my man finding it real quick. All right. And you him sa history. We Ghana. Me shows we Ghana. Ghana you can call you excursion and send your friend and excursion and as we be sa. But me you sa history. See nyapo ka che Moses say you need the massem so a you be call enkwaso no. We are this is the falling away Paul e kan ho asem. Right? My share me screen real quick. Na mu hu there me trend. All right. And see my share me screen. Okay. Unim history o Ghana, what's not Ghana da? What's unim Ghana, what's not Ghana da? Yen Cape Coast Castle. Yen Almina Castle. Adi esi wo ho. Yanton azonto wo ho. Yanton awachi wo ho. Yanton kind of saying Gucci ho. Right? Yen history, the adi esi wo Cape Coast Castle. Me kind. Or say Cape Coast Castle is one of about 40 slave castles or large commercial forts built in Gold Coast of West Africa, now Ghana, by European traders. It was originally a Portuguese flotilla or trading post established in 1555, which their name Cabo Corso. Me jump. Me go through the whole history. Or say trade. And to go through history, Portuguese want to buy Ghana almost as a trade, right? But in process of time, no, I'm talking my other country. I'm say British now. I'm buy now almost as a human trade, right? Almost as slavery, I say, right? Until you history call excursion or what Ghana call excursion. History show a Emina Castle emieti as I say. Ampa when you idea a prove say ampa yen nanom konko asumu a omo de ship and a koy because yen say Dutch for the bomb say na nam ko British for bomb say na nam koy omo de ship and a two omo the ship and say ko enko asumu oko Emina Castle so a proof e wo why say ampa yen Israelites no yen nanom konko asumu omo de ship e ko sa enko asumu. All right, me can have say or say me kind of say trade history or say the large quantity of gold dust found in Ghana was the primary attracted Europe and many native of Cape Coast used this to their advantage in exchange of gold, mahogany, and other local products. Other local produced goods and enslaves captives. Local Africans received clothing, blankets, spices, sugar, silk, and many other items. Now, I say Africa, and to go through history, because Africans want to talk more Africans. No. When you ask them oh, Africans no, and they talk Africans no, and tisa. Yeah, it's like you tuntum. Africans no, tuntum, but you nipa bako. Africans no, any young Israelites no, you nipa bako. Africans near the end tone Israelites near the Europeans no. Africans no, any yes, I did no. Omo any akosibuni and almost shishon almost say call and kwasumu. It's now akosibuni abegina social media. And I say you said the same union more new abegina social media. Oh, Africans are tonton ho. Africans no African Africans for real Africans no ho. Egyptians okay can me Bible dictionary any me I say. Who go through history Africans no so-called Egyptians, so-called Nilotics, Sudanese. These Africans no omone tonton yema akosibroni because ayen corruption yakopon account says ye ndi ne mrasem so a ye beko enkwasum proof ewo ho akosibroni timi ma proof say oh ye nanam konkwasum proof omuni proof bia Chinese for any proof slave castle make say oh ye nanam konkwasum omde ship e the coy all nations wiase we mu no only yen ye will proof a chest and pay any Israelite for now Moses eke wants them say see any name asem so ye beko enkwasumu and to when the beginning of the falling away now Paul eka ho asem. All right, my mentor us very quick or say me can have say bim or say in exchange for gold, mahogany and other local produced goods and enslaves captives. Local Africans, meaning other African people. No, I'll say local Africans receive clothing, blankets, spices, sugar, silk, and many items, and many other items. Unim dientia make us say and yen Israelite here tonton yen. Why? Because in kind the book of from Babylon to Timbuktu. Omatia say Yena no ba Ghana no. Ni very resourceful, ni very productive, ni very industrious, ni architects, ni engineers. And there's nowhere architect ni kwa koto ni Israelite ni aje blanket. There's nowhere engineer obeto ni Israelite ni and the affair ho Ghana for aje enchine. Making no sense. It making no sense. And then a man will say, and yet Israelites for the tonton ma akosibroni. I Africans near there, almost a show no more ton ye ma akosibroni. Man to also, I'll say, the castle at Cape Coast was a market where these transactions took place. And the Cape Coast Castle, no, na akosibroni Africans no more chichi and another matter, a business or more ton ye as slaves. Shalom. Omotonye as slaves, right? Metuaso. Or say, at the time, enslaved Africans were a valuable commodity in Americas and elsewhere, and enslaved people were the main trade in Cape Coast. Proof, yene merchandise na akosibuni Africans no omotonye. Edi egu shipum eko America, eko Jamaica, eko Haiti, eko all European countries. Yene ni merchandise na Africans ni akosiboni etonton e Cape Coast Castle. Enti asema Moses eka wo Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 16 enfa akosiboni ho ene enfa Chinese ni ho ene enfa Arab ni ho enfa Israelite for no ho. Enti ne mati asese Ghana for you Israelite for. And asema Paul ekan 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3 no say before Jesus Christ beba no ese Israelites no omo falling away ese e ko enkwasumu momento also I'll say due to this many changes were made to the Cape Coast Castle. One of the alterations was the addition of large underground dungeons that could hold as many as 1,000 enslaved people waiting export. Many European nations flocked to Cape Coast in order to get foothold in the slave trade. The business was very competitive, which led to conflict and for reason, and the castle at Cape Coast Castle changed hands many times during the course of its commercial history. So that's what my mind the Danish for British for. It's almost Europeans not in Cape Coast Castle. No, why? Because almost they have interest in the slave trade. British want to be young guys and some Africans for Israelites name free Africa and so-called UK. America form to me young guys some Messi and no so-called America any day. History chese ampa asema Moses eka Bible nim no our catching Israelite for no history wo ho no history and Chinese for history. All right, mama try this one so. All right. When you I saw kind history, no, but me try this one so because the class in the door, maybe and the may now put one my part too, because me knows in the door. So, all right, see, my to us. And to go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, or say, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I speak unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more. It not Bible can your homeland. Your homeland, Jerusalem, your home and day you. And then you can say if you say possible ni na o assassination na na dia. No assassination your modia. Assassination your Arab for then and Amalekites for so dia. Israel assassin. And I'm 70 AD na nyapon kache na Yesu so kache na nam say edwane free the land of Israel no. Ye na no muti asem no bebre na edwane ba all the way down to west coast of Africa. Ebimuka North Africa. Senegal, any and no coast Sudan, cry in Israelites cry or right? Into your homeland Jerusalem, and then they who your homeland Jerusalem. And then as I see Israel now, who yes, and then you was net you. No. In some land you was net and Tessa. Metwaso or say, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and slave men, and no man shall buy you. And see, Moses got you and say, ye can't assume na baby. I can see Bruni Africans near Becono. Ye be enquam, or my say enquam, Arab for sub-Sahara slave trade, yen inside history. Arabs, ne Africans, in this show, one of the Omoton Yema, almost say ye can't assume. I am the Yemen Ghana for so and I'm your Muslim, me Muslim, no, massa. We are Muslim because yen another members almost say call Arab no. Muna no force them to follow the ways of Allah and one no. Until the day only I Ghana ni kaso kaso Muslim. Obviously say bansa be Muslim. Obaka cho say ye wo nutum. Sans no almost say call America almost Christianity. Until the day do bisa Ghana ni I say the balance be Baptist ni. Oh tete no me na no no me Baptist for. No. We are conquest no omo tonton ye ame ye nkwa. Enti nia omo trade and then de nim. Enti falling away now poor economics first me say SSI didn't happen no. Say Israelites na ekonkwa so. History that how church say ampa Israelites for the konkwa so proof ewo ho. Uko benia slave castle ewo ho. I think quote Nigeria I'm say slave castle. There's proof for church ampa Israelites no more Bible no ekonkwa so. Yen ye konkwa so. Yen Israelite for no. Enya kwasibu ni Chinese for na enya Arab for. All right. And the falling away now, Paul Ekano said this is one of the signs. And it says Israelites no ye call and kwasum. Ya ko ene de ye won kwasum. Man jumping covers verse if I can prepare. Yanko Jeremiah. Remember I say. It's ye call kwasum no, and then it to ye. Ye call kwasum no, and then yan asema Jeremiah as so catch no. You heard the asema Jeremiah also catch it and say a conquest suma a dinner betway. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. I say, Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. Or say, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall never which shall burn forever. And in Jeremiah said, Jeremiah, Israelites no be conquest. Who Jeremiah so be conquest. Why? Because ye conquest no all the prophets so can ye conquest. Babylonians Bible message na nam conquest at the time of Zedekiah no. O man says Zedekiah conquest. O man say all the prophets e conquest. Then also conquest ni bi. All the prophets e conquest no. And Jeremiah nyampo enam Jeremiah so catch say your conquasuma you be lose your heritage or heritage there. And then your conquasum and your banquasum America, your conquasum Mecca, your conquasum Jamaica, your conquasum Haiti. And then your heritage ben you lose you. Heritage heritage definition of what's heritage. Nienti as you knew who idea heritage. And nyampo catch Jeremiah said Jeremiah because you're born into no me na nyampo de to so you conquasuma you be lose your heritage. Into your heritage, and then heritage. You have a definition of heritage. Heritage. Okay. And you have a definition of heritage. All right. And Jeremiah say, Nyapon nam Jeremiah so catch Jeremiah say you be lose your heritage. And heritage class a tray and say. All right. And you have heritage. All right, heritage. I say heritage. I'll say property that is or may be inherited, an inheritance. And see, I'll see a property. You lose your heritage. You lose your sassy Israel. You lose your sassy Israel. Israel. Paul said before you to be banned, some Israelites more falling away. Some conquasum first. You conquasum, and then you lose your sassy Israel. You lose your sassy Jerusalem. And then they Ghana for better social media as a common sense guy or can say Ghana for you need Israel for but assassinating here. Master, no, assassinating Israel for there. They say you need Israel for which is assassinating any idea. It making no sense. You will see your heritage. The heritage they use there the assassin. And now for so say my second definition it was say heritage, property that is or may be inherited. An inheritance. And you lose your inheritance, right? You lose your assassin, Jerusalem. You lose you can kind of look at yes, because catch and another say assassin, you will lose ama Gentiles, and then the more assassins on only Gentiles. All right, mommy finding more yeah, synonym heritage. Okay. Heritage. Heritage. It kind similar. I'll say heritage. There's more here. Okay, heritage. I also say tradition. You lose your tradition. And I mean, when they kind of use your tradition. I know the Obashinika. Bema Kadika no address so by. I did the homosexual Ghana. And your tradition. Bible na upon the Maya. One can't just say Bema ni Bemanda. One can't or catch a cynical so Bashinika, or catch a cynical say Bema ni Bemada, or Bano or Bada. And then they say tradition in upon the Maya. You lose to Sadia. You knew say any Israelite for no. And see a bag and never check Ghana for say Ghana from them Israelite for I say idea a booth say mom. Oh, master for us and free okay in Israelite for I could know us as no only Israelite. You lose your tradition. And then the tradition what Ghana no. And yet the traditional our Bible ni. Mama can say, okay, tradition be and then the year no. Ne our Bible, but you need nana and the year and our Bible. For example, the minimum say Ghana for be more almost circumcised on Burma. And then before I could see Boni Baba Ghana, yen and I'm yes, especially me who's I know I can for minim say for 4 years. And I'm if I see your mom call and Quasumo, you don't call Mecano. And it's almost circumcision, minimum or more, best me finding out, right? Or say tradition. Oh, you lose your tradition, your history. Ukumusa Ghana, and say Ghana, okay. Oh, you're for Ghana. You didn't say Dean Ghana, no. Come and come and they say Dean Mai. Okay, I say. Cape Coast, I mean Gold Coast. How many did Dean Mai? British and they say Dean Mai because on buy Ghana movie gold. On buy who go on who you gold. No, I'm say has a Gold Coast. And I'm afraid Gold Coast. Your history, I say before you be for Gold Coast, no. Near friend saying sa history no ewa hen. Your name sa history no. Your name sa history no. Your lose sa history no. And then the Ghana for come with history. History almost say free him. Almost history free. Your bag Ghana no name and I'm not going to for a corn and a war. Sa history no. Few yananum kakrabin and him say, oh, yenny free Israel assassins and the question was Israel assassins in the Johnny bag Ghana. Yananum kakrabin in him, no, bebre the F assassin so. And then the Buza Ghana say, oh, yeah, a banana befer Ghana Gold Coast. What do you mean, sa history no? Before a befer Ghana near fair saying, onim sa history no. And then you lose your history to the extent say, if ya try say, I can see Bruni now or assassination on the Israelite ni. My moving forward. Or say, your background, and then you lose your background, your history, baby, you free. Your culture, you lose your culture, and then they obashinika, and then they bemada, and then they gamine air coso. Suddenly, a 9 year culture. A new class or Obana, what won now uniku, a new same, but they are very normal. Ghana need to be worried, and then know what jar warrior. And then a single mothers from war Ghana. Sad and year culture. So you be over so you couldn't worry and who couldn't film with ya. Basa wo ba only be my better than one yam, and only be my better what that one yam no jan a new sim and year and then year culture. Your customs, your past. When your heritage, you usually sad, you know. Okay, can Bible now, you're Sarah. Yes, I'm here heritage, be man, you're upon the my any day. Yeah, it's like you lose to say heritage, no. Yanko Sirach. Sirach chapter 17, verse 7, I think it's 17. Sirach chapter 17, Sirach chapter 17, verse 11. I'll say, besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage. And I did be able to put the my a emrasem no say a heritage, a property, a history, a custom, a past. On my emrasem, I know the osade maya and any heritage, your heritage near zonto, your heritage near a arm robbery, your heritage. Your heritage near Nyampon maya a assassin Israel, any emrasem. And then Yankupon the Edemaye. And then the baby now upon the mind the yellow society and Yanko Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 15. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 15. Yanka Adibi mine day yellow see. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 15. Or saying, and ye shall leave your name for a curse. A dean ben now upon the mind and the ye leave for a curse. Ghana, Gold Coast. Now upon free Israel. Now upon free the tribe of Judah. Yenye Ghanaians, men and Abekan, yenye Ghanaians, and yenye Ghanaians, and yenye Africans, yenye Israelites. Nyangopo Ephraim Israelites. Yanko Isaiah 44, I think it's 48, 44. Isaiah 45, verse 4. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 4. Or say, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect, I have even called thee by thy name, and I have surnamed thee, though that hast not known me. And in Yapo etu yedin Israel, one to yedin Africans, and one to yedin Ghanaians, and one to yedin from Africa. No. Omi the offer Israel, yana Jacob. Yenye Africans for yenye Ghanaians for ye Israelites for. And to common sense friend, family one brother no your friend is a mere affinity. As I see Israel no dia. And yet I could see Bruni India. And yet Americans no more assassins no. Yen assassin dia. Yen the real Jews. Yen Israelites no ankasa. Our Bible no come once him. Yen all came once him. And yet I could see Bruni. All right. And when you idea Nyankobo catch Jeremiah says, "Ye konkwasuma, ye be lose your heritage, ye lose your asase Israel, ye lose your culture, ye lose your mrasem." And run Nyankobo the man or in anam kwenim say, "Ye chiwade so obane oba beda." Ye chiwade say bema ne bema beda. Ye chiwade so oba kwa nyem abra uni kru. Ye chiwade so obefa ukru ati akobo bema afra koda. Ye chiwade. Eye chiwade so oba ebe ware na onye virgin. Eye chiwade. Bene de loses your heritage. Why? Because ye konkwasum and akosiboni are destroy. Ye lose ye ni edin nya upon the mai. Ye to ya this one so. Yanko Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 33. Hey, do baby I kind of 45 minutes already. Yeah, some. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 33. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 33. And winning another curse, I'll say, the fruit of thy land and all thy resources shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shall be only oppressed and crushed always. Ghana, you good, you cocoa, your natural resources. Woman aside and no money bomb. And ya kwasiboni ara for ni amamo for na sa no money bomb. By yen Bible say enam say ni nya opom na asem sum no. Ye kon kwasuma ade biem so ebisa beto yen say ye japade ne no ma ye wo ya sases no. Other nations and benefit yomo. Na afes omo be oppress ye. Chinese for oppress ye. Akwasiboni oppress ye. All nations omo wiase mi ne oppress ye Israelites no. Paul say before Jesus Christ beban ese mo Israelites mo konkwasu first. Mo konkwasu mo bolusu masase, mo bolusu mo din, mo bolusu mo mrasem, mo bolusu mo culture, mo bolusu mo past, mo bolusu mo history, mo bolusu mo background. Ese Israelites you fall away first. Jesus Christ ba. This is one of the signs be me won say ampa Jesus Christ ba. Ese mo Israelites no, ese mo wo enkwasu mu. Yantuaso, verse 48. Yeah, verse 40, verse 43. Or say, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Amamo for no more yemuno, Chinese for, Arab for, Akotibroni, or this uncle for no ebekosho, na yen Israelites in your beba form. When as it happened before I used to so ebeba. Sana mo we nyina asi na afes ekoso ampa asi na ekoso ye konkwaso na ye de ship na ekoi akosiboni ene de ne arafo ya sase so omo benefit e wo ye resources so whether than say ye cocoa say ye oil say ye natural resources akosiboni ni arafo ni amamomufo na e benefit omo but ye Israelites na intimi benefit ye ese ensem na Bible ne kan say sana mo nyina ese fulfilling ese fulfilling me to aso verse 44 or say he meaning the strangers shall lend to thee and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head and thou shalt be the tail. Verse 47. Verse 48. Therefore that thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he, meaning your enemies, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Right? But Paul says, yes, ye konkwasum. Most cashier says, ye ndi nyampom rasem ye konkwasum. Your enemies ever destroy us. You be depending your enemies ewon and your tradition. Your tradition one man sa fabric na nya kwasibro ni Chinese for. Your duani dim and then the Ghana for ye was asase wa Ghana. But intimi nye mo e Ghana. Your car move free China, any America, any Indonesia, any hen your car and move free. But yen asas na would drea kodu also if you come out, would be a bunch was would be no also if you come on. Sound no money in a day, intimate what I so I see a car free a mamamu, I say in your M1D, I say in your koduadi, I say in your boffer Eddie. And a day, on my destroy and a day, you won't say a normal now. You wouldn't say a normal now. Right, as some young Israelites said, the Moses said the Paul was 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3. No, I said before it's Christ, but as some Israelites, Makon Kwasumu first. No, esi ene koso. Right? Yanto addition so. Yanko Malachi. Enti yes right now you want kwasumu. Right? You nipa ye before be able to kwe no. Menu nya ne ayi enkwasasem ne ye kwasori na all night na enkomhye nkwasasem na ye na ye bebom paya man ye be baba nya nkwasasem emfaso bi ani so. Before na de ne ye wo esa no mani na no. O say before Jesus Christ beba no. Disciples me beside Jesus Christ say before say Jesus Christ beba no signs be the be me say ampa oba. Paul me ati ase say the first thing I say ebesini say mo Israelites na say mo konkwasom. Moses ekache say ye be konkwasom a de ship na be ko. Jeremiah me ati ase say ye konkwasom a ye be lose your heritage. Your heritage there ye asase Israel ye there. Enya kosi boni dia. And enya Arab for there. Your culture, you lose your culture. Ye emrasem we Bible we na de Ghana ni emfa Bible we nyehwe. Emrasem no makache say emrasem na twam. Obi atimi ndi mrasem so. You lose your background. Busa Ghana ni say before be Gold Coast na Ghana your first. Onim sa de no. Onim here history. Say the nyapon catch Jeremiah say beto ye Israelites no. Atoe and then the Ghana for you nipa ye. If it's akwasibo ne wo ya saso so na ye the real Jews no. Yeko Malachi. Enti ensentrene ben ene be happen before say Jesus Christ ebeba. Yenhwe the book of Malachi. John, what's up baby mo? I'm so when it ho. You say some na ye kan en kwe nti na de bia ba say. All right, my mentor my class no so. All right, into the book of Malachi. You have some nyapon na Malachi so katre yana no. Say before Jesus Christ be by then say Malachi chapter 4 verse 1. Mejan piako verse 4 verse 5. All right. Malachi chapter 4 verse 1. I'll say, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as oven. Say Jesus Christ by missiles, World War III in the BC. Or say the day when the day comes that it shall burn like oven. And then the bits me mass also burn like oven, missiles. And all the proud, John, we are proud. Who can kind of Wisdom of Solomon say proud is the beginning, as the one that's my you heard proud. I say, and all the proud, young Wisdom of Solomon. You heard the Bible, you can. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter, I think it's 14. Let me what? Wisdom of Solomon. That's right. Me read from the scripture. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon. I think it's Sirach. Let's see. I think it's in Sirach. There's a Sirach. Okay, Sirach chapter 11 verse 11. Sirach chapter 11 verse 11. I'll say, the beginning of pride is when one departed from God and his heart is turned away from his maker. And to go back to Malachi, until pride, obi or proudful, and also or prideful, no, you'll be either watching who free Yakopon Emrasim. And to Malachi chapter 4 verse 1. I'll say, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branches. Verse 5. Or say, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Or see, before another sign I be say Jesus Christ back and they say, Obe send Elijah. Right? Obe was say, nti asem na aka yenyim say Jesus Christ times no John the Baptist and then Elijah. And Elijah ben bi no sabe send amanaba back. Yento aso. Or say verse 6. Verse 5 beam. Or say, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Or see before Jesus Christ bebano. Now bombe send Elijah amana back beam. Yemi idea Elijah ede ebeye. Verse 6. And he, meaning Elijah, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers of and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. And Nyapo meti as I say yes kuso ebe ba obe send Elijah amanaba back. Now Elijah ba obe tene ye en kolana am ye hu ye fathers, meaning Abraham, Jacob, Isaac, and all the prophets el Bible nim. Am ye hu I say ampa ye ne Israelite for no ampa na ye nye Ghana for. Ye Azonto boys, and ye Azonto girls, and ye Ghanaians. Ye Israelite for. As I see Israel, ye dia. Now upon the emrasem ne maye. The entire ye gold, ye cocoa, ne natural resources, and intimate benefit and benefit any because ye didn't yanko pomrasem so. Elijah beba abetre sadia, am ye any pursue ye. Elijah abba echo. It didn't a day. Metia say I mean who say ampa ye Ghanaians. Bible no ye history book. Bible no nyampon de mayen proof e wo kire say ampa say de nyampon catch Moses say on catch na so e be kon kwat me the ship em na be kono anto enipa bia wasase we so e je se menu mienu nko a ye na sade no eto ye enti Elijah aba me mo say ampo say the Bible ka say Israel for no kon kwaso we ship no anto akosi broni e na anto Chinese ni eto yen e eto ye eto yen e na de yen mo African Americans for eto yen nyamo Jamaicans for eto yen nyamo Haiti for eto yen nyamo mo Ireland so eto yen nyamo mo Brazil omo mamamu nyina omo South America omo na to omo na sade na to omo international say and not say yen Israelite for no and na say yen Israelite for no enti Elijah abeko atre ye leaders I'm always say I'm paying Israelite for it. In day, I'm a me and a day. Come on, I'm permitting me Israelite. Because before me say in any part, so the pastors say catch oh, more than we are Gentiles, more than young people cross the Senate de Crano. I can see Bruni cry. I cast a moment me join it. I'm quite some man no. And Elijah Abako, I'm young in the pursue. Now the prophets and they carry on the work. Now upon prophets and they carry on the work. Bishop Nathaniel, all the deacons, all the captains, all the officers, all the Sunday women that prophesy are more carrying upon work no forward. Yeah, that's why I do so. I mean, movie. Yeah, that's why I do so. Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. And it's that curse now. Malachi can hear a distraction. All right, and then go back to Matthew. What come alone? Or ya possible ni obeso obeka Israel for you ni asem or ya you ni possible ni any debate. O ye Israel ni a oni betimi no ayade akasa. You ni time ama vocab alone. Oni you can say or your dog you ni come in you entertaining crime. All right, you entertaining in crime. Bible say akwasibo ni almost so for nyom ye mo ye crime. All right, and that's why I this so. Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. And like sometimes me imagine say, Charlie, you Israel for it, yeah, just Charlie, yeah, just akosiboni na the nation destroy you. Imagine, you didn't imagine. Some about me akosiboni my about fee. My repu oyere, my repu oma, my many planes because when you are the akosiboni yeah. My about fee, my repu oyere. My repu babema, my repu baba, my repu nana mema. Mi wie masade so munya konkwa sumu ama ma ye nkwa. Na mi wie masada no haka cho ababa ka cho se o mini Yesu. Ese ojimi di abenya nkwa. Na sebi yenyamo a jimifo Ghana fo ni bi sebi. Omo munim nyansa etimi tia se oh ampa kwasi bro ni ye de oboni a che ye do. Na omo di akwasi bro ni achi. Sometimes me charge me ka se ja. Tadi before sebi am say enkwaso na destroy it to the extent say ye nyansa no akofal right nti na emra o can Bible no say massive na baby emrasim we Bible na be me nyansa How come say nipa or destroy sa vocab Malone and once more can or ya kosibonia or see yen Israel for one Israel force want to improve it. Or not kosiboni ne catch who Israel is only Israel na wood in the na all support. Before your nyansan away. Before sebi your nyansan ewahe. I can see Brony and the movie gold, or my better Christianity, or my destroy your culture, or my destroy your history, or my European and anum, or my European and anum, and my ye remo, or my say a court and quasum, or movie so no my papa piacho. Oh, John 3 Sinapo do be a near sebi, Jimmy Sam, near Diomachi. Oba Gasham say many vocabulary and could debate. I didn't know bet me actually me. John Unyansa ewahe. John Unyansa ewahe. Just all dog kosiboni to the stand say obekoto ama kosiboni etiatia so unyansa ewo he unim nyansa John sua nyansa udi masam so na bohu nyansa mama try this one so you go back to Matthew chapter 24 verse 5. Matthew chapter 24 verse 5 or say for many shall come in my name saying I am Christ and shall deceive many or say enipa bebre beba when it sign a bet say ampayos Christo eba back or say enipa bebre beba no mo ba omeka say many agenkwa no many years Christo but me bo and that day one mo ba sa asu so a omo so mo na years Christo hwan mo vocab melon on ne nkofo on ne nananom omo na ba omo say oh ye years Christo nyampon nkofo ne ye Jewish for nyampon nkofo ne hwe ye nyampon nkofo omo ba unimade omo de betray ye ma me nche wade yenko history yenhwe ade a akosibo ni me ba omo de betray ye when ade akosibo ni ba omo de betray ye ma me share my screen real quick omo ba Ghana for so Bible ni no Bible ni ebu edin Bible no yen friend is ha akosibo ni ba sa edin Bible e English din a ne nanam ne yen ka English e wa asase Ghana ne so ma me share my screen real quick wait ni ade a so called akosibroni woman na buy ya we once have for new way mi sa tete sade we na mi hu sa picture we na mi hu mi sa 90s more sa picture mi hu mi we sure say about way before 90s amo akosibroni buy ya omo de mercenaries about Ghana almost say na no ko asum sa picture we no mo de buy wonu mo de picture we buy wonu ma some mo kan oh when yesu entuni ma de omo ye omo force you na no etina kan history I think it's Prempeh the first and me is history class no. I'm say Prempeh the first and omo buy your omo chiniko and omo chiniko and Sicilies and I say na me boy Sicilies and omo just omo chiniko omo de omo free sa kroni buy unu ma dia no wa convert here no be Catholic. I'm say Prempeh the first or ye chiniko e de no ko nkwa small back or say or ye Catholic ni say for new way and omo de buy omo say akwasibo ni na say on Yesu we samfoni we na deceive ewiase nyina samfoni we na deceive yen Israel for sa kwa we Caesar Borgia Pope Alexander the third ba and omo ye de omo draw na as Jesus Christo omo use na picture e de draw into ohwe Jesus Christo phone na a different mami Google no right now mami Google no right now yan hwa ade we sa kwa we and omo de buy ya omo si Jesus Christo e yakosibroni we voka malone call for we omo na de buy ya omo na say we sa kwa we sa gay we o ye gay no ye gay we and omo de buy ya omo say we any Jesus Christo we Caesar Borgia mame hade mame hwe Yesu mfoni ni bi Wait. So when images somebody ba especially me so I'm a for soon almost some now who had na who image na who soon. Wait, almost that image we are. Wait, that image we. Wait. Oh, my man share my screen cry. I'm some who me screening now. My man share another one. The match on the moon. My man share. Wait, sa picture way. Ghana fun sa picture almost the passion of Christ and no musu. Sa kwasa picture way. Yes, I'm kwasa picture way. Miswa Ghana for na mente ase miswa na mente sa picture way ase. We na me makoma kwa me nim se omonye Israel for way. Sa picture way. And akwasi broni ba ya omode ya deceive ye Israelite na wo Ghana no. Omo say ye konkwaso mo. Omo be say ye konkwaso we na de ade omo kire. We unti Ghana for hu sa picture no musu. Sebe omo munim nyansa no omo sa picture we no musu. Oh, Yesu abodiem, Yesu Christo, Yesu. Omo hwe passion of Christ Ghana papa panyibo so osu. Akwasi enti omo hu akwasi broni wo Ghana omo bo so mo koto so ya akwasi broni. Because omo hu Yesu. Ghana ni pastor bi o say oh kwa sorry na so hu ye no I'm so nya pastor brother baako bi ade no mo kan all Ghana oh kwa sorry na hu akwasi broni a dan wachi why because won hu Yesu ana meboa asema me ka meboa ka chem se meboa wani asema ye na nanom omo kan omo so oh kwa sorry na hu akwasi broni a dan ho because won hu Yesu Kristo bo me ne nkofo mo ba ya omo deceive ye. When no mobile ya or deceive ye, and the Ghana for say, oh, yes, I are possible. Bible here funny actually say yes, Christ ya possible. Mammy proof. Bible here fan any actually say yes, Christ ya possible. Caesar Borgia, Pope Alexander, Pope Alexander, Neba, and the omu using the image and the draw yes, Christ. Wait, Sakwawe said that Jesus Christ will come on Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. No. Sako in the buyer. Akwasi broni eyusu omo deceive ye. Tu akwasi ma hu Yesu. Oh, yes Christ for me gold. Oh, are you okay? Yes Christ will me oil. Oh, are you okay? Yes Christ is some nananum konkwasum. Oh, you okay? Wait, sa image way. I know my bomb deceive ye. Akwasi broni. Enti na Ghana ye fena akwasi broni o. Akwasi abroni. Sani ye fena no. Akwasi abroni. Because obaye obeye abro. Akwasi obaye obeye abro. Omoba Ghana omobeye abro. Enti na no one fan akwasi broni. Omo say akwasi abro obeye abroni. Because obaye no obeye abro. Sa images way. Mr. who sa images way. Mi who sa images way. Mr. Sa images way na mi hu. Won se ba ko bi omo ba ko bi. Bon so mine no I no go to join. Sa images way na mi hu. Mr. Way. Na amafo Ghana for sa when images. Won say every year be omo change no, omo design different. Before na yes asakwe na ye popular pa sa image way. And then they very very popular, Mr. And it's our image way. The okuto join no. Way. The in process of time, omo change images no. Both omo change no. Way, any idea omo de buy. Omo de deceive ye. Way, say images way. Well, and excuse to yes Christo I can want him. Some omo baby deceive ye. Akwasi broni and yes sad way. Yes Christo see before beba no, as sad way e fulfill. Amanfo beba e wo medim. No maka se me ne ho amini yes Christo. One no mo ba e wo Yesu Kristo di mo mo se ne de mo na Yesu Kristo akwasi broni we sa akwa we sa gay e did I say so called Christianity most no brothers no omo ye gay omo kasa so o pe gay for mem omo a Kristo for sorry because akwa you know you gay sa akwa no home no and then they was so called Christianity brothers no so and a man so ye lesbian and it's sa home na wo sa religion Christianity religion no and then they e wo mo so. But in that pastor no ne be meda. Pastor na or ni wa fa ne yechi ni pa for esa hu we na wo so. Saa homosexual home no, and then they a warm so. Saa home we, saa ko we ne buy or deceive ye. Say Jesus Christ yakwasi broni. There's no way in the Bible ne say Jesus Christ yakwasi broni. Any Bible ni baby a. Any Bible ni baby a say Jesus Christ yakwasi broni. Wait. Mama say share my screen. Make me okay. Okay, move. Okay. So images way and the deceive you. Mama share another here is this about je. So image. Sister Boje. Where is homosexual? When no using the picture, omo draw no, ne papa pope. Omo draw in process of time, and no in the image, and no change the side. Now, image na me show the most is look different. Kwasiboni, and on ban no yes side way. Oh, among what's as Israel, no, some real Jews no. Oh, here they are Palestinians, no, here, the real Jews. No, massa, the real Jews. Bible says Jews me to me Jews no. Wait, Caesar Borgia, sa kwa we. Sa menim se usua na unsa picture we ya. Menim se ukọ any other the kwa Christianity churches a unsa image we. Sa image we say aboma sorry them. When in the first me can say first now. When in the most popular image our Ghana abra kwasibu no mo ba Ghana sa image we no mo de buy. Pope ne ba Caesar Borgia say on in the Jesus Christ. Omo say image by na day omo deceive you any day. Omo deceive you any day. What I can say wait asema Jesus Christ kan sankofo we ne buy omo deceive. Me say can it be Matthew chapter 24 verse 5 or say for many shall come in my name and shall say me say can it be verse 4 and Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Wait, and I'm buy akwasiboni, and I buy on the oye yesu. Obeka say, oh boy, nya akwasiboni buy sa. Sa picture we unya free here. Picture we near bomb story them. Akwasiboni picture unya free. When I did sa picture no bomb, and I say, oh sa picture oye wine. Sa picture oye wine. Bomb story them. Ghana obi a trotro. Picture sa picture akwasiboni picture ne bon. Oh he yesu. Sa picture na edisivu ene de minu mienu. Edisivu ye ne de efisa akwasiboni o na ye yesu call for. Omo na wo yasa so ene de Israel. Omo he onyankopon call for no. Yekobo omo. Sa image we, sa nkofo we ene deceive ye. Ye kon kwa asum no, sa nkofo we ne edisive ye. Edi na de so hu say asema Malaka e kan say Elijah ebeba no abetwin efi abemi Elijah ebeba no me hu ye fathers Abraham, Isaac, Jacob and all the prophets no aba ampa esi. Why? Because before who kwa to our hwemi ne de na unim kwa say we false Christ. Unim sa Elijah aba and the oko. And the rest of the prophets carry on the work. Caesar Borgia, women a buyer, I was boni and a buyer on my deceive ye. On my deceive ye. Ghana for kind Bible no moon say omu Bible. Why? Because omo kind Bible no dey omo kind with white eyes. Omo ni na omo di hu an omo di hu no. And no imagine a domotim a yakwasiboni adwen because omo kind Bible no mu is omo bibini o. Oh Bible is yakwasiboni bo yakwasiboni the Bible the back. No yakwasiboni afa Bible number. It just say dinner that's no keke no. And then or they buy. Yehwe how yakwasiboni e deceive many. Yehwe how. Yanko 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3. Yehwe how yakwasiboni or buy or so ni yesu and then they only say so yesu no. You have how what deceive many. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3b. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, or say, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin. This is the man of the sin. They are the men of sin. Or say, man of sin be revealed, and then you reveal Akosibuni. And then they Bible is yes, Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. Daniel chapter 10. Yes, Daniel chapter 10, verse 4 and 6. I say, yes, Bible is in Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 18. I'll say, Bible is angels new tuntum. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. I say, Jews no tuntum to semi. The son of perdition has to be revealed, and then you reveal Akosibuni. You heard the Akosibuni be. Or say, hear how Akosibuni deceive Iwiasinina. Verse 4. Or say, who possesseth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. One as I see or exalting himself or change Yankopon. Why? Ghana for kwa shetokra, boya kwa na enye debut. One more TV I see we ma omo exalt omo say omo change Yankopon. Why mo Akosibuni. Many papa bi kasa ache many years ago, many kasa. Asoma kan hwe the Akosibuni or your pastor. Or your pastor, or your pastor. Many kasa some be kan hwe Akosibuni hwe the power ya magana. I had the power ya Ghana. Hwe the power ya magana. And kanya Akosibuni an kede ye da so tuwia so. Ghana ni pastor the car asem we kire me. Ghana ni pastor and the car asem we kire me. Say nya Akosibuni an ka Ghana for ne de tuwia so. Pastor the car asem we kire me. Say pastor we obetimi aboa. Say pastor obetimi a church and pano Israelite ni. Say pastor obetimi a church say Bible no book ultimate church ade no because now dream no Akosibuni na shame. Now dream no office yes Christ Akosibuni. Brother Bab could be am need ko catch asem oga kan share Akosibuni share car on Akosibuni na ye car na dem no me yet came share plane na ye fa Akosibuni na ye omo hu Akosibuni sa Akosibuni ye Nyankopon Akosibuni ene Nyankopon Musa Akosibuni na ye Nyankopon Akosibuni exalting itself above so or ye Nyankopon yanto aso verse 4 or say who possesseth one possess yen Israelites no Akosibuni possess yen Israelites ne dey nim your heritage okay so you junior yes so you almost say you anti-Semitic abena say me anti-Semitic me free Abraham me free Isaac me free Jacob mu na me free ebana say na me anti-Semitic because me ka say na me the real Jews no me review the son of perdition omontro no mutwa no they say Elijah ababeko ama prophets no carry on ame ehu ni pursue ayeye entina na ehu enipa oyes the son of perdition yehu nipa na on necess on ne Yakopon was aswe so yehu say nipa na anti-Christ yehu say nipa na the false Christ yehu say nipa na ba ya on necess o ne Yesu our deceive ewiase na and then yehu say nipa no and then why any Akosibroni yanto aso verse 4 who possesseth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, and then the Obia worship Akosibuni. If you say no more worship Akosibuni, Obia worship Akosibuni. If you say now worship Akosibuni, Yatwaso, or say all that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God. The temple of God, Israelites no, and then the Akosibuni etieso. Akosibuni edieso. Your gold, your cocoa, your natural resources. Homosexual person promote to Ghana. Akosibuni na yesa. Akosibuni tieso. One man won't quite say, "Oh, your gay, Bemani Bemada, Hebeda." Then Akosibuni be you crew or stati cool. Once one say also rebels be about Ukrum, no more destroy Ukrum. Now we will see. And I said, Ghana for pay for no money, brisk no bribe we no more stati cool. Akosibuni na yesa ade no. Akosibuni na ene de obi a worship no. On this Bible now, on this anti-Christ now Bible ne come was Jesus Christ e ka no. On the Bible wo Jesus Christ di mo ne de o ma deceive ye nyina. Gana ni hu Akosiboni organ na okoto sori no. Make us say Israel ni organ ni hu Akosiboni na okoto sori no. How many video be on YouTube? Nigerian policemen be or bribe. You demote no why obviously the demote or you my friend because omoje bribe a free akosibo no. Oh, what you bribe a free years Christo? Oh, I don't know how you bribe a free years Christo. How many policemen or more Ghana or more Nigeria or more bribe if we a man for why yen your moshe? How many? How many? And then they worship akosibo ni. On then say false Christ now about on says only Jesus Christo. And then they Ghana focus to sorry no. Moment to also. I say so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Akosi boni ebe mo hu so ni Nyankopon e wasase we so. Akosi be mo obeka che so che Nyankopon. Eno ma akosi boni ye o ebe mo obeka se akosi boni o ni Nyankopon. Sana obedwen e wo adwen. Akosi boni ni hwe akosi boni. I didn't have the Ghana for Yaria or from or Bible to Besomia because almost I was in Yankopon. Chenoma Cosiboni ye. When any pomo buyer, I'm going to say so many years Christo. Yanto addition so. Yanko Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Romans chapter 1, verse 25. I say, who changed the truth of God into a lie? Why am I changing Yankopon Rasem? Am I Yankopon Rasem? I ought to for. Why am I yes, Adiano? And Yakosi Bruni. Why am I a will you see way more or much or Mamma Yankopon Asem? I ought to for. Akosi Bruni. Akosi Bruni say, oh, yes, Akosi Bruni. Yes, Kuso Akosi Bruni, Jews me Akosi Bruni. But Bible me yet assess yes, Kuso 8 to send me. Jews no I or more Bible, Yankopon call for no immediate to send me. A ban and send na. And then the yes, we say, and I see him say, yes, Christo air cosibuni. One let chairs adiano. One man Yango and Bible, I ought to for Akosibuni. Yantuaso. Or say, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshipped and served the creator more than the creator who is blessed forever. Amen. And then the one year sum no. Yasum Akosibuni more as on in Yankopon. Gani ni beka cho say oh who say Old Testament Old Testament they who say about akwasiboni say oba betimi ahyenika and they akwasiboni aye a man can say okay me oba betimi ahyenika and then they Ghana for yasum akwasiboni and then they yasum akwasiboni yanko Isaiah akwasiboni ama Bible no aye otrofo akwasiboni ena ama Bible no aye otrofo akwasiboni si Yesu Kristo etuntum ami akwasiboni si Yesu Kristo akwasiboni Bible me ete asese Yesu Kristo etuntum Nyagopon etuntum Israelites no aye menu mienu no ye tuntum angels no etuntum benede akwasiboni so oh entisa no Yesu Kristo akwasiboni Nyagopon akwasiboni Jews ni akwasiboni ye ne Nyagopon kofo wama Bible no aye otrofo ene de yesom akwasiboni more si oni Nyagopon. And okay, Bible now. Gana ni beka so oh fa opeka me so me fa Bible me be Bible fa opeka kire me say fa opena ka kire me no some na can be Bible me so meti me fa me pe en nkasa nkyere omo because omo kwa sorry pastors ekasa te say obi a oye pimp or pimpe omo kasa smooth e mo no mani age because then some no mo nyina asua no mo asua fa kwasibu no and neither Jew nor Greek John 3:16 upon do bia Yanko Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. Hey, shoot, almost 2 hours. Damn, you do baby a crowd. Some more. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. Or say, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut to the ground? Which did weaken the nations. One and the whole years will weaken the whole nation. Akwasibuni ne weaken the whole nation. Bible is only Lucifer no. Metwaso. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north. I can see say I was sent into heaven. Almost spaceship, almost ascending into heaven. The eagle have landed. Almost yeah, I could see the first nation almost called into the moon. I could see no yes, sir. Me so. Verse me second be say, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. Congregation ben now and I could see to so Israelites, no. I they North America. I was saying in the sides of the north, and then they are considerably and say the Israelites now more north than so African Americans so you know more emphasis in your North America. I considerably HS. So why? Because on this say bank wasumu, and then the ODS so verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. Almost spaceship, and then the almost speaks S. Almost moon is an and the domo yeno. Ghana for I consider quite a bit me a moon no. I consider quite a bit me a heaven. Then the other almost I consider quite a bit me a heaven. Verse 14, or say, I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. And then the consider or say on the yankopon. I consider on the yankopon. And then the obia koto sorry sa and akosi bruni no. Ono na ba dada obi obia so ono na Jesus Christo. Akosi bruni na ayesa. Ono na ba ada obia so ono na Jesus Christo. Yanko Daniel chapter 7 verse 25. Daniel chapter 7 verse 25. Daniel chapter 7 verse 25. Or saying, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. Akosi bruni speaking great words against the Most High. Mina nyankopon nyankopon ko fe yakosi bruni Jews ni yakosi bruni or say the angels ni yakosi bruni ye ne nyankopon ko fo. Verse 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the sins of the Most High. Akosi bruni has wear us out slavery. What me a real fear heritage. What me waji asasi Israel FESM wasaji America FE nyamo Northern Kingdom ensem. Edina nya upon the man Israel no. But year for so say, oh, mun Israel for me Gentiles for. I can see boni here they I wear ye Israelites not out. And then the name in the pursue ye. Ten yen yang upon us my large amana ba. No one the prophets, Bishop Netano. I'm more there and other prophets, no more erase upper anki new say in Israel for. I come in new say in Israel for the be wonders na de bia na Ghana for your bressa and you go your cocoa by your bread and your bressa I mean tiase obi nchama sina mentiase oh na him say I say yes your brain wants ma kwasibro oh I say sorry oh and kwasa same answers kon on the mommy and kwasa same answers kon on the mommy yanto aso verse 25 and he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the sins of the Most High, and think to change times. And I go because they change times. Only to me change a time. Everybody no start time. I couldn't cheat. And laws. I consider not changing laws. I say, oh no, bema bets me ada. I consider say obana or babets me ada. I consider say okay, so babets me ashenika. I consider say okay, oh bema bets no obana train obet me and I test na his when he did one. No worry, no one engine one way jan no man or money German bony, no quarry about for. I could see Bunny na chair sadiano. I could see Bunny na changing and upon Massam no. I'm a young upon Massam na your true for. I could see Bunny now on the say, oh, and found on you and found on you so you junior now your gentleman, which me now upon any be I be so and found so you only bear money bear mother. And found so no banny or bada, and found so you am Robany, and found so we are the and found so kunipa, Ubenya upon me so. When you are there, I could see Brony a tray. I could see Brony a change and massam no. I could see Brony a change and massam no. One about Ghana or catch a Ghana president say, Mama won't cry my Ghana for the bear that. Musika near the mamma, you bet Jeffrey Musem. One woman about Ghana back catch a bear, Sadian, Nigeria for the bayana. I could see Brony in the bar Ghana back catch a Ghana for president say, as a mama whole kind of banner or bada, as a mama whole kind of bear mother. I could see Bruni in the bag and a bay sadino. What changing Yango Pomrasam, Yampos, and you can sell Banny or Bada, and you can say Bamani or Bamada. Ba akwasiboni achinyi mrasem ne de Ghana ni I'm sorry na me say nyampon wo me ne ye bɔ me na me ye oba na nyampon de me share be ma body kwa asem na aka kire me say nyampon wo no ye oba na de share bo or be ma body oh ayo don't see be in the day or dot me do be ma enfa na nyampon ka kire me no mi say be ma betimi ada oh akwasiboni ne ka asem ne kire me boa yeah okay Matias yeah because akwasiboni ne ka kire Ghana for say oh ubetimi de be ma betimi ada oba no be betimi ada why because ayo do akwasiboni na change emrasem no akwasiboni na change times metwaso and they shall be given into the hand until times and a diviner of times, meaning 350 years. Akwasiboni in slavery and Yampon the Yesha Akwasiboni because indeed Yampon Rasem so. Yesha Akwasiboni sem that is still Yadashisha Akwasiboni sem. When it's Oba or the Oba only years Christo and what the civil minu. Ghana say, Bible is the Bible, yes, the color bay. Nipa tuntum Bible I find my Bible ya to say nipa yes Christo nipa tuntum Ghana ni no betimi akon wo chene Bible woman the Bible proves the Bible says Christo tuntum ono be kon ono the mindset is crazy akwasiboni deceive ye to the extent so be check Ghana ni be Bible match and say Bible says Christo tuntum ono be di ho achi ye obama ono kwa se be ma history ono Ghana ni na ono book ran school dem no ono no betimi ama history Obama history mo ati say yes Christo ni tuntum ba say awiane ne boy na ama akwasem na o ka kire me no akwasiboni deceive enipa bebre especially in Israelites no what deceive ye nyamu bebre ye try this one so ye come Matthew chapter 24 verse 24 one man buy almost so many yes Christo omo deceive ewiase nyina one more 1 minute and why is me cutting it short because we call almost 2 hours. But now Pombo May part 2. All right, now Pombo May part 2. Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. I say Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. Say, for there shall arise false Christ. Caesar Boje picture no. Only this are false Christ no. Only this are false Christ now. Because you know only a false Christ. Or say, for there shall arise false Christ and false prophet. On the prophets, no, and no prophet, no missionaries, no much Ghana for say, John 3 is in Yampon do be almost somebody, missionaries for. Only the sister Boje pitch in the buy. No much Ghana for so-called pastors, no. Bible, convert, show how say how much Bible, say. Then they get any pastor sorry. And then they be bobon paya man what cartons. And then they be tia do tia be nyam be so. Oh, then they will say an Old Testament a chem or you old and see if an Old Testament a chem and then you and the New Testament. You I'm going to now canon. Oh, and then they will say Paul say and you can so dim massem so because who dim massem so yeah you are indebted to the law and you can so dim massem so. When he false prophets now because you agada yasi and a day. Ghana, Pastor Ben a Ghana for you is life for. Na yenti emerson so. Pastor Ben a our Ghana. Pastor Biatre. Now another 2023. Now Pombeshra. Oshre Eba. 2024 day. Now Pombeshra. Now Pobebie show. Obetun Shraba. Abro. When it and some pastors netia sorry the omuchi yenyamo is life for. And then omo and akwasiboni agado omo false prophets and then the akwasiboni relax it. And I Israelites now, ya be tax masters no. I just have false religion, so-called Christianity. Eddie and the year train you Ghana for, yeah, destroy Ghana for. And then they have money air so because so-called pastors no, and then leaders now much from so and found so your Jew, and found say ya Gentile, Nyapo Benyam Quache, and then the corruption, and we this and we sem and do sem and the echoes for Ghana because of all these false prophets. Because of all these false prophets. Akosibroni and ayesa. Or say, Sandy Power, omo they are false Christ no, and omo false prophets. Mamento verse 24. Or say, for there shall arise false Christ and false prophets. Many false Christs. Europeans for some the use to esomo. Ghana for pastors. No me din koma Bible school be na akọ one Bible school me call Bible school more can say more pastor certificate what say me call Bible school school na akọ no when I show Bible no Saint Juan I got Siboni and I check me Bible no just say obubi Bible school no call to me be to the sense and say no more can any Judy. Say brother we friends Abraham Moshe as one. I say when Jewish for the check me Bible no. Okay, I said who's Ghana any moms then. I saw also catch again in Sophie about but no more wah. Sana omo kasa. Omo say ye be wah because so-called Jewish for the check more Bible in say wah because omo nim nyansa. Man masa Jimmy unim bibia. Oh, I na me call Bible school. Me Bible school certificate. Masa for Jimmy kwata unim bibia unim bibia or Bible ni. Bible now con and not just only Bible only Bible when you false prophets then they almost destroy Ghana. I can see when they are master almost they are see when better no man Ghana ever trace idea no Pastor Ben Abet Medjanka says Ghana didn't say yeah bread because he need Israel for no ye didn't mass something for air train so Pastor Ben Abet Dente nya upon twi aso because ye boyfriend and girlfriend ye homosexual obane obada bema ne obemenda ye ebisem ye bo pam ye koku amanfo ye nyi brie nua e would same way ya adwim esese wo ya adwim chrono e wo ya adwim Ghana ni pastor ben betima be ka che Ghana for sa no pastor bi a che nya upon be shira de bia nya upon be shira Ghana for na mu go na mu koko na e wo Ghana nya enye nhira e ma asase no go ni koko na wo asase so nye nhira ma asase no that but there be am chance nyampo be heaven no to be heaven no be am say mo nhira na eba na free story ba na beto mo na aso when ade a pastors no etre and na Jesus say and this question will be ada down so mo hu ne kore no Elijah bo no nyane mo a mo make sure say mo be na ada mo because false Christ amafo bebe beba say minimi yesu no matter o mo be da ada mo false Christ and the false prophets ebeba me ento aso verse 24, or say, for there shall arise false Christ and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Bible say, any possible. If it were any possible, why? Because the elect no moons and pay in age life for no. The elect no moons and Ghana for you feel the trouble of Judah now and paying his life for no, they will not be deceived. But John and then call for be deceived. More pastors be deceived. Or Messiah can be say, and shall show great signs and great wonders. Wonders been as half false prophets on my show. Great signs, anyone that's been as half Makosi Bruni in the show. You can go through history. Never great signs, and wonders Makosi Bruni a show. It will be say, yeah. As I'm going for the million Yankopon call for being to mean touch you. Yeah, share. Mommy, share my screen real quick. Yeah, share great signs are. I can see Bruni a show and the great wonders. And then there will be a hey, woman doing Yankopon call for. Share. Woman doing Yankopon call for. Yeah, share. Yeah, share the Bible. You heard the Bible, you come real quick. Maybe a video me. You heard the Bible, you come. Let me share my screen. Signs, great signs, need great wonders, Bena. I can see Bruno omo ye. Omo gusu ye. Yeah, share.
I saw an aircraft, like a tiny silver drop, entering the sky above Hiroshima. I instantly recognized it as an American plane, as no Japanese aircraft could fly at that altitude at the time. It was just one plane, so I assumed that it was passing by as usual.
And I was counting. Ichi ni san.
I was wiping the desktop. That was when the bomb was dropped.
Now, it took about 45 seconds from the time the bomb left the airplane until it exploded. And I think there wasn't a man in the airplane that wasn't either timing it with his watch or counting or doing something. I was sure the bomb was a dud. I was sure it wasn't going to work.
After falling for 43 seconds, the time and barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy.
We'll share another video. Almost say bomb no America fought to the atomic bomb over Hiroshima and Nagasaki no. But almost a motor bomb a viper amount for. This is the one that I could see doing Obia who at that time 1945 and boy. Yeah. Omu sa de say now and no end the war no. Bomb now America fought to you know and this how World War II no. When Obia who say now ready Charlie. Akosiboni, the powerful nation on this planet. And will be a summitima Akosiboni. Mammy here, I'm there's another video. Mammy has mentioned real quick. This is the one, this and the signer Akosiboni here. Almost show you. So we obi back just say Bible in your true book. Must am so no now. I'm so in Yas and I'm so be full to no. And you can see me entertain you. Is that another video now? Let me share. Okay, I'm saying this is the only video. It's me, but we'll go through history. Almost I was see Bonnie to say atomic bomb. No, that ended the war. That's when now Obion say now I could see Uncle for more powers. And you can say new more it's end the war. No, and then I could see Bonnie between Abusaka and Samasa. The Barnabet Tente. But never tempt you who are there betrayal. Because why? Because omo weapons. Omo weapon. These are the people omo buy omo di yesu di mu ba so omo yesu Christ and they obi akoto so ya akosi broni. There's no nation because omo so akosi broni. Yes, Christ before beba no. Ese sanko for eba. And half so ye who emrasem na. Esi ye be review akosi broni. Ye be review say omo na the sons of the devil. Omo na nyampom yes Christ bo ba be destroy omo. Yan to addition yan come Matthew. Matthew chapter 24. No, is it Matthew 24? No, Matthew 24 verse 5. Or say Matthew chapter 24 verse 5. Or saying, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Akosibo ni omo buy out, and then omo deceive iuicghana for. Akosibo ni na de omo yes ade no. Me to aso. Or say verse 5. Verse 5 bim. Or say, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and have deceived many. Akosiboni and shall deceive many. Akosiboni had deceived the whole planet. Oh, because oh, Master Abwa. Mami yenhwe ade bi makosiboni deceive Ghana for. Yenhwe how akosiboni deceive Ghana for. Yenhwe how akosiboni deceive. Yenhwe how akosiboni deceive Ghana for. Yenhwe. Okay. Yenhwe how akosiboni deceive Ghana for. Mr. Na me dem na den say ade we if you he. Na me ntiase. Na me say woni na nam kasa. Kasa oh so we dey akosiboni na this ade ne buy. Sade we ni ye na nan best ni ade kwa we ni mi se bibi say kwa akosiboni buy. Omo colonize ye and omo say no mo we nyina e buy. Yenhwe ade kro. Because the Bible say sa omo meba e wo Yesu de omo deceive many no. These are one of the things that omo deceive amanfo bebre.
Santa Claus. We call him for Christmas. we don't really know where he's coming from.
Of course.
We don't expect Santa Claus here. When you put a tooth under your bed, that's your prayer changing for you. Nobody's changing for you.
What's going on? Look, if you want to find out about the world of Ghana, go to Ni. He's talking about the things. You follow him on YouTube.
Still in the month of December, Vlogmas is ongoing, guys. Actually, it's not been easy for this Vlogmas. Trying to post video every day. Charlie, it's more than a full time. And I'm not doing this thing full time, but I'm trying my best to bring you videos from Ghana and stories from Ghana. You've seen few videos of my trying to do Vlogmas, and I hope you are really enjoying. Thank you so much also for watching and commenting. But today I'm bringing you another different edition of my Vlogmas, and I'm hitting the street. You guys, I love street interview. So today I'm bringing you another edition or different style to my Vlogmas, where I hit the streets to ask some few Ghanaians to share with you guys and also with me how Christmas is being celebrated here in Ghana. You might not be in Ghana, you've never been.
What name history no? Busana na said that ben na Christmas, yana na shall say do Christmas. Said the name any custom even before kwana ye ba Ghana no. Ni nim ade bi a friend Merry Christmas. Ni nim say ye nim any Bible me bia say Jesus Christ Jesus Christ December 25th. Ni nim say ade no. Akosiboni ne ba what deceive enipa bebre. Oh me nam ye Jesus Christ ye on December 25th. Bible here funny actually say Jesus Christ December 25th. And then the Ghana force me do Christmas. And then I see na Ghana force say do Christmas. Akosiboni ba Ghana obese slavery na nanom e na ochi Christmas. Aka Ghana for ni be afraid Christmas. Kagana in bibi and kefe Christmas. I was born na deceive ye.
In Ghana before, and you don't know how Christmas is being celebrated here. So I'm here to bring you this video. But this is why I'm here. I bring you story.
The understanding so-called American for Christmas they say, devil will be a friend of Santa Claus. Now Santa Claus no. Oh yeah the power. Oh chimney. Or before chimney no the I gift abeto udias but udiana is san nimrod udiana is udisi ufin or the gift babeto ase mo Ghana for chimney uni ma de kwa friend chimney uni ma de kwa friend just say akosiboni had destroyed to the sense say ye no maybe intimi question and finding history intimi finding what is the origin of this idea ye what's the origin of Christianity idea ye if we here fine because Momo say, mo Santa Claus na mo celebrate no. Obefa chimney no and aba. No one the gift. Abeto me eduana say. Na sa me so me wo Ghana me chimney no ewe. Me nim ade ko efe ni chimney. But Ghana from enye research en question normal. Because kwasibo no mo so no. Kwasibo say, oh, eso di Christmas. And oh, ye nyago pon see di Christmas, ye di Christmas. They have no knowledge about baby free. Omunim history about it and also more year because omu years Christo yeah kwasibo ni aka chon say ometimi adi ye wo years Christo December 25th. And then the Ghana for the AD Christmas. Kwasibo ni had deceived many. Where na yes science ebe mo was ampa years Christo bench oba.
Stories from Ghana, unique stories, beautiful things about Ghana, places about Ghana, where to know, where to eat, where to visit, whenever you're in Ghana for the first time. So I'm here to bring you video from Ghana. But please, if you are watching this video, wherever that you are in the world, please, can you share with us also how Christmas is being celebrated in your country or wherever you are? And today, as you can see, I'm in my African world. Someone
Okay, kind, Job. Or say, John say, it doesn't matter if it was not December 25th. It matters that Christ was born. Okay, it matters that Christ was born. So why are you celebrating it? Because Makosibo ni munyanko pone kacha mo say, they tell I'm celebrating Christmas because it was Christ December 25th. And I'm a boy. And then you know the history behind that Christmas, no. Baba Gajan say, oh, that's him. And now Israelites, yes, sorry, no. Now Yango prophets, no, sorry, no. Actually, Israel, Israel for say, when we Israel for yes, Christian, yes, Christian, December 24th. And you can say, we Christmas. Okay, kind Jeremiah chapter 10. And see, you can say, Christmas. Now, yes, sorry, now, Yanni Israelites, no. Now, no, Yanyamo Israelites also, sorry, against us. So I join in and call for because Omudu Akosibo to the stand, say. And then I'll say, Akosibo, Yango say, Akosibo, Yantiase, and Tebe go against you. Well, we join in and call for. Before a matter, say, we use to defend the 25th. Because at that time, the Israelites know, you inquire about the internet, and that time they didn't matter. But now, prophets, no, Emia Quabontin in them streets, so a radio station, so. Echen Yankopon Mrasa no say Ghana from them Israel for no. And you can with the Christmas no. Now no dear it doesn't matter see we use to December 25th. I didn't hear see a word though. Well, so which will be trying to na channel or changing no.
A lovely subscriber of mine commented on my previous video that me, I've never seen you and estimate. And get some people talking to share their experience. I love you guys.
Benjamin McBrown, Mrs. Mensa. But you can also
okay, yes, Charlie. My name is Niai, and you?
I'm Joseph.
Joseph, and you?
Joel.
Okay, guys. So my name is Niai.
I'm Santa.
Felicia.
Yeah.
Welcome to my channel. Is your name Santa Claus?
Nah, I'm Santa. I'm a December born. That's why I'm Santa.
Oh, okay.
The mind is corrupt. You mean a December boy to me? Or say, and found say who is Christmas December 25th. But Ghana for your chum say who December 24th. Say you will be December to me from the whole Santa. So Israelites ma and Trona possibly near channel. Yeah, point to say, Master, what are your true for? And sometimes what can your true for now? Most of Masha say change your man. Oh, and found say it doesn't matter. Say who is say who is we used to defend the 25th and I see I'm December 25th and found and once I the idea found see a war no. So one would try so-called Christianity and your followers. One idea almost say and no master Kosibuni. Yeah, sure more on trauma. Oh, only and found say we and found say we used to defend the 25th and I will and found. Oh, you're celebrating Christmas because you're the kind of water. But if the Bible, yes, Christ can say mundi mawoda. Bible, if the yes, Christ can say mundi mawoda. And if the Bible natural sir. Moya then Israelites no prophets no yaba back. Moya then ya be review some na mo your true for. Mo na the synagogue of the Satan. You be review some na mo na nyam by yes Christ bo ba be destroy mo. Ye Bible review say mo Ghana from na mo Israel for Ghana for be very repentant e di Nyankopon mrasem so mo po ebesi their Bible natural no and for only who unbelief near Bible natural no and never happen.
You can call me Crane.
Okay. And you?
JDD,
Okay. And you?
Isaac.
Okay. So, how is Christmas celebrated in Ghana here?
For the kids or for the adults? Because it's quite different.
Both. You can talk about both.
So for kids, we normally, I don't know about other people, but we normally have this, get together. Definitely, like, get together everywhere. Adults, I don't know. There's much chilling outside. You go outside, enjoy yourself, some drinks as well. But as kids as we are, there's family get together. Appreciate some family time, definitely.
Yeah, like unlike the European countries, like we don't spend time with our family decorating Christmas trees and stuff. Like Ghanaians are religious, so we spend most of our times in churches, mostly doing
our time. And then I could oh my sorry. I saw that Mokono. What? Tell it crazy, crazy. Say the excuse was can't say and conform with deceive men, Charlie, next level, Charlie. Tinyang po multi Bible na say, I want say, yo, deceive this. How am I deceive you? Next level. Say, obey me, a mama for be active Bible na say. I'm a some Israelite for no. Eddie Yang Pom Nasa no. This Bible say spiritual warfare and your corner. I say, no, I so dim rasam to move in the spirit to change the mindset of our people. And next level.
carol service and praying and stuff, and then maybe a family dinner will do.
Okay, so guys, today's question is: since we are Ghanaians, okay, we are in December, Christmas is just around the corner.
Hey, sister Shell, Jai John Mano, why say the Deacon ASAP, the brother be a friend of Violin or Clubhouse. They be about Clubhouse or OCC. Yeah, why? But they be also your back Clubhouse. Or see, interested. I can see body benyang kwaje, but they be about Clubhouse. Ebe challenge. Sana John etie. Why? Because omo tia say I can see body enyang kwaje. And then idea omo fa ho nyomo na now omo nyang kwaje. Omo fa ho nyomo papa omo nyang kwaje. Say I can see body enyang kwaje. And then how omo. And after how omo say yeah, trust say Ghana for his life. And then idea just omo honhom na show mu bonsa honhom na show mu e mo nti eno ma bi ase. And all the time no omo hu yes e try de e wo YouTube, ye try de wo abonten, ye try de wo Facebook. Omo ba ho e the salmon black e beto ye nyamo Ghana for me so musu and at the end of the day say the Bible na ka no. Oye den ya elect no omo ho dada. E just say omo ti asem no na bibi click o madum no ma repent. Say that me say yes Christ ayi tuntum no and e click o madum say oh. And I'm here edi Asian Bible because and yes I say me tisi yes Christ tuntuma can they John yanka ebi na me yes because na me too much into akosiboni ne san kwasasem no baby when I be am ye nkwasasem but me tisi yes Christ tuntum na bibi keke o madwem na who say am pay ni Israelite for it man nyo de obeye because at that time when yes Christ enter to assassins no Pharisees no and the scribes no any Sadducees no omo go against Christ anytime be a Christ child no omo so much challenge Christ say and some now challenge the kwe manenya the juma these are the sons of the Pharisees, these are the sons of the scribes, these are the sons of the Sadducees. When they Pharisees no embani and after so omo as na saba back enti enye won ma Jan no onye de obeye Jan no onye de obeye
so
and now also only any sense of knowledge. Sanko, there's any sense of knowledge. Sankas John, that was sense of knowledge. Uncle Noah be in the YouTube page. Actually, I'm out for idea. But I also need any sense of knowledge into or buy a whole abyss. I don't know any challenge. And now I will say, I didn't hear training in the correct. One who say, what call I sorry them, I know be a challenge that. Who said any that? But he is like, no, I'm out for buy all the challenge. Why? Because and some now here can in the correct. Because you review say, I consider any Jew for. Ye review say akwasiboni nye nyankopon call for. Ye review say Ghana for ye Israelite for. Ese di emrasen so. Dieta ye brother nye se nim nyansa. Dieta ye brother ye because ye ni nyankopon mrasen se ne dey. Ehyehyɛ omo body no. Ehyehyɛ omo na nkofo ye mo fi no mo sa Bible we. Won ehyehyɛ omo Bible ye omo nim Bible nim sa. Won ehyehyɛ omo enti ehyehyɛ omo body. All kind Nehemiah chapter, I think it's Nehemiah chapter 2. The same other nations omo ti say ye care about our people. John and call for new one. Sister Shirley may entertain John. Manitra or manitra ebi obesua de. Manitra oni bibia ye.
How is
Uncle bibi papa yank on the YouTube page on OT share for. Minya time and I'm entertaining about right now. No, I did mention a very important more muti and intimidate time and intina majani sano.
Christmas being celebrated here in Ghana?
And during Christmas, our streets are decorated to attract people. I myself, when I was coming, I was attracted. I was wow. All the places
The
was full
mindset
up.
no me dominion mo Ghana for me domo to the stand say they be am ye try there ye buy ye Ghana for ye mo hu ni pom ye but the mindset no next level and next just how I could see when you destroy and then they still all destroy no and next level it's not can destroy chapter 28 verse 48 also be destroy obey chain every your come no destroy you and then they are destroy ye nyamo ma ye ma ye nyamo mema o my destroy
Up with trees, lights, colors, everything, and then toys. Some people are even in some kind of masks, which is very attractive. And then our Flaster house that right now they're changing it to Jubilee. Jubilee House it was decorated. It was very awesome. So I was very happy.
So aside that, what are some of the activities that you notice that goes on during the Christmas holiday?
It's different in Ghana. You have for us, family times are well appreciated. We have a little family time, family dinner. It's a time to get together with the family. Most of the adults go out, enjoy, have fun, like every day. But for me,
this is what we do on every Christmas be a mouthful. Christmas be a mouthful.
me in particular, at this moment in time, I'm going to be having exams. I don't know about that.
Yes, I got to know about that you guys will be in schools till January.
Yeah, till January, and it's booked from now to January. But then when January is over and our papers are done, then we are back. We are back.
Party time.
Party time, and party after party, and it's a way to relax our minds, after the stress and everything. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, we will kind of sacrifice the time. It's no big deal. It's about the enjoyment, not about the time in which you're enjoying. So I think it's good.
Okay, and what about you?
Oh, we don't have any idea or something about Santa Claus. Okay. What we do is go buy a hen or something. You just kill it.
Every Christmas, he has no knowledge about Santa Claus, but the Christmas, Charlie, this is crazy, man. Only now, no knowledge, but the Christmas. Why? Because I could see Bonsu with me the Christmas.
That is what Ghanaians we normally do.
Yeah, basically.
That's basically.
That's when the chicken begins to suffer.
Okay, so if I may ask you personally, how do you spend your Christmas? Like, what do you actually do?
Christmas, okay, all our families from those traveled outside our vicinity come back home and we join together. Mostly prepare a favorite meal.
Okay, something like favorite meal, like
mostly it's jollof.
Jollof.
That's the tradition here.
Okay,
jollof is all.
Yes, Ghana jollof.
Yeah, Ghana jollof. Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
Also, he's my brother.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then it's good to have the two of you on my channel. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with me. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. So what about you?
Actually, Christmas is a Christian festivity.
Wait. I see Christmas is a Christian festivity. Yeah, Jeremiah, real quick. You heard Jeremiah a kind of real quick. You heard some Jeremiah kind. I see Christmas a Christianity festivity. You heard Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. I say, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. That saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and not be dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at them. Verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. Verse 4, they deck it with silver and with gold, they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. Verse 5, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak it not. They must need to be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither as also in them to do good. At that time, the time of Babylonian, yet no, not omudi Christmas. Now, upon them, Jeremiah so catch Jeremiah says, the land of Babylon. make sure say and no man I hidden you know and you can some yes sir Christmas. But brother will say Christmas Christianity also the Christianity the mama say
During this time, Christians would during this Christian festivity.
also
Christmas
Christianity festivity.
is a Christian.
But Bible they say Jews, Israelites no Bible no from Christians no the real Christians no na omun deep Christmas. But and then they so called Christianity doctrine or Ghana for. Oh, Christmas, yes, Christ December 25th. At that time you celebrate Christmas. But Ghana for no knowledge about the how Christmas came about. Only no knowledge by informal. Why? Because almost some akosi bruni. Romans chapter 1 verse 25.
Festivity, and during this time, Christians would organize conventions.
I see Christians actually. I see Christians gather together. And to a mom can say, "Oh, many babusia for ye did know. Omo na from us. Omo from us. Me Christo ni me Christo for." So-called Christmas, woman did Christmas, and yeah, Christo for mom from us. Mona mo ye so-called Christo for. And I'm with the Christmas. I could see when the mouse. I could see boni edisi we. Me too also.
And stars. But afterwards, time Christians would the Christian. Actually, Christmas is a Christian festivity, and during this time, Christians would organize conventions and stuff. But afterwards, the malls and then social gatherings are really full. They are packed up. So, actually, this season, I'm expecting that we'll go to the malls, beaches, and stuff.
Do you have anything to say, bro?
I don't have anything to say about that.
We haven't had
Okay, so
camp
no, come.
Yeah,
If you go back, you'll
you
be bled. So just come closer to me. Just come closer.
Look, Christmas in Ghana is wonderful. With family, without family, trust me, you love it. People are really open in Ghana, so you definitely have people being very receptive. It's nice to be in Ghana on Christmas.
Wow. Okay, let me ask you one more question. Christmas tree in Ghana. What do you think?
It's not common. It's definitely not common.
Why is it not common?
I don't think we are used to Christmas trees. Yeah, I'd seen a Christmas tree as ridge. They're setting up one at ridge, but that was one of the few ones you see in Ghana. Maybe supermarkets will set up ones outside, but for public places with big Christmas trees, you hardly see it. In some houses they do have, but something they don't really pay attention to. A few houses do, but not as many as all of us.
What about Santa Claus?
We call him for Christmas. we don't really know where he's coming from.
Of course.
We don't expect Santa Claus here. When you put a tooth under your bed, that's your parents changing for you. Nobody's changing for you. We're not really Santa Claus, really Santa Claus fans, but we believe in him. Like, not believe per se. We have the Santa Claus thing in there.
Wait, so that's the mindset. They believe in Santa Claus, so they believe in Christmas.
But we're not really buying that. It's still about what we do for ourselves, not what Santa Claus does. I don't really think there's as many Ghanaians who believe it's a real Santa Claus. We say it for fun. Definitely. It's not a big deal at all.
Charlie, thank you so much. I think you don't have anything to say because you have said everything, right?
Almost all.
Okay, all right. So thank you for having me on my channel. So grateful, right, Charlie? Oh, Charlie, thanks. So, how are you celebrating the Christmas yourself this time?
This year, Christmas, I'm very bored because I'm gonna be in school.
Don't worry, there's time for everything. I think after school you can just go and then party. Okay. What about you?
So I'll be preparing it for New Year.
All right. Okay. What about you?
Yeah. So it's the norm of
The Bible said Daniel 7:25 says they will change law. The new year is not January. The new year is springtime. That's the new year. We can come Bible in baby and baby I said January, New Year. Any Bible in baby. Bible say New Year, springtime, the month of Abib, and a new year.
Year again. So church, after church, we go to chill with friends. So party after party, not party, but church.
All right, okay. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for having me on my channel. I'm most grateful. Okay. Okay, guys. So I think that brings us to the end of the episode, and I think you've really learned something. You've gotten to know something about Ghana, how we celebrate our Christmas here. And anytime you are in Ghana, it's not too late. You can still come. And then, this year has been declared as the year of return. So a lot of people are coming here in December to enjoy the Christmas. So please.
So that's the, let me pause it. So that's the how. This is the how Akosiboni. One of the things Akosiboni used to deceive you. Oh yeah, you just December 25th. Into your SOB celebrating Christmas. Oh, New Year, January 1st. So I don't know what can you know. We can kind Romans chapter 1 verse 24. Say who changed the truth of God into a lie? One of my young Paul Mras and now you're true for. One I say you will just December 25th. One I say New Year January 1st. Akosiboni. Women a buyer or ma deceive many. These are the signs a beba and payes and Jesus to eba. Or see Israelites, the real Jews, no, the real Israelites, no, omebokon kwasumu. No, omokon kwasuma, omo the ship and a bekon kwasumu. And to Chinese for, and to Arab for, and to young Israelites, no. Or say, mokon kwasuma, mumulusumu heritage, or heritage are your property, or property bena yelusu, yasasi Israel. You're very loose, your tradition, you lose your custom, you lose your past. You name your past. You see if we gonna buy me your back corner or corn with the transfer now. You name after that, you name say history, no. You name your custom. You name say you can saw bashinika. Sa custom in your neck that cause you near you standing there for. Need you you accept bibia. You lose a dinner yango pony the children of Israel. And then the Yenim said, oh, yeah, Ghana for how many Israelites for no, more accessible no more assassins to know. When it and no my I said these are some of the signs I said bem and send the bones and pa enter Jesus Christ eba. Paul say I say more Israelites more falling away first. More falling away, more conquasumu, more conquas, more lose more heritage, more lose more property, more lose more tradition, more lose more culture, more lose more deen, more several more enemies, more young qua, or more from gold, or more natural resources, more sure massive, more form, no more our straw, and then they still a coso. These are the signs, and then they get Israelites near church near Kobab news say, hey, shall the ancient yes Christ eba. She no my ACC no, that means yes Christ eba. Yet why I do so. And maybe it says, yeah. May part two because notes on the door so. Because we are maybe a bed 3 now. Me check bed 3 hours now. See, my finish it verse 20. Me can be verse 7. No, me jai. Verse 5 or say, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Okay, now I consider deceive many. With atomic bomb no drop you Hiroshima and Sag, I'm out for sorry. That time I'm out for sorry on the next level. Okay, Ghana for sorry. Omunim Sadia Santa, Bomujinidi, Christmas. And we used to do Christmas December 25th. You're December and to me from Santa. Why? Because of Santa Claus. New Year. Baba New Year, springtime. This is how I consider deceive many. Oh, yes, Christ, you can be. Oh, I consider quotation by. Oh, what's a color? The wound here. What's a color? The wound. And ask them no. And before, Pastor Baka say yes, Christ, you consider quick. But now I usually prophets now banner your question. In your mobile Bible and Tim Bachelor and say. So yes, Christ, you consider me quotation. I'm going pastor. I'm going to some pastor. And I consider and then I consider who say a question Bible and see. I was able to so-called pastor and say, oh, what's that color? Need who here? A years na sem no. And you go with our pastor, somebody will catch you. Oh, color they say who here? A yasem na yes Christ about better. Okay, Luke, Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. Then you see me bama only the lordship of Israel. Now could boost our pastor because oh, who's talking kind of poor? Paul say neither Jew nor Greek will see. Say the poor ekano will be able to save. Why? I said now okay. You just say Paul. Echen Yesu Christo ana. because right now, Ghana for a question pastors no. Any possible in rent right now, more changing doctrine no to say the John can also young say we Jesus Christ this Jesus Christ to December 25th for and found say idea found once here no. Oh man, yeah, prophecy, yeah, dangerous, man. Yeah, dangerous, man. Garbage Christianity doctrine, yeah, dangerous, man. Islam religion garbage, yeah, dangerous. And then I can continue this chapter. I'll say that will begin our sorrow. Okay, kind of the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse, I think it's verse. I'll say when you increase in wisdom, you increase in sorrow. That's when you're going to go through sorrow. But now, I may touch it on. But I'm going to finish when I may end because my time come. Verse 6, I'll say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And so I say, after so these are the signs I'm almost but end not, that's not the end, but a sign. But rumors of war. Or say rumors of, or say it shall be, or say it shall, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, meaning the end of Esau kingdom is not yet. But part 2. All right, I said there will be rumors of war. And a day so and a day I was so and a day war. I did be my air or say it shall be rumors of war. And the idea air so. Now, mommy, I send me both video way. I send me both video way. Mommy, both video way. I send me mommy both video. Mommy, both video way. We are met touch it on. Mommy, both video. I send me both video way. Mommy, both video way. Me set time ko ba mo se mo fan chame. Or me se mo fan chame. I send me both video way. Mommy, both video way. Yenti asema Christmas times. So
pastor of the Ultimate Charismatic Center, Prophet Kejetia, has called on Ghanaians who are financially equipped to support the less privileged at Christmas season. According to him, it is the responsibility of everyone who has been blessed by God to extend arms to the needy.
Woke up to a Christmas miracle when the Ultimate Charismatic Center donated items worth over 30,000 cedis to residents in the community to help the less privileged in celebrating this year's Christmas. The items included live chickens, bags of rice, clothes, shoes, and many more. Head pastor of Ultimate Charismatic Center, Prophet Kejetia, said the aim of the donation was to support the less privileged in the community during the Christmas celebration.
We are trying to be responsible in our community and giving back to some of our families that they are less privileged, that they couldn't have the access to provide for themselves and their families for the Christmas. So one of the things that we're doing is that we are trying in our little way to provide for the community in a sense of providing rice, that is uncooked rice, oils, and also live chickens. And also you see here that we have clothing, we have shoes that we are giving back to our community to make sure that people are also able to have something befitted for their Christmas celebration.
Executive Pastor at Ultimate Charismatic Center, Reverend John B. Gatti, called on all Ghanaians to emulate the culture of giving during Christmas.
Christmas is about giving, that because God himself loved us so much that he gave us his only begotten son. And so God demonstrated this season by giving, and that is why we're also giving. Freely we have received, and freely we are giving to the community with no strings attached. And so those of you who are blessed should at this time of the year reach out to them, put a smile on somebody's face.
Some of the beneficiaries could not hide their joy when they received the items.
So the ultimate can't me say Ghana for Mundi Christmas, and I'm also Mundi Christmas because any years or that. Mundi Christmas because I could see Boni Nature Mundi Christmas. I could see Boni Nature Mundi Christmas. Mama told my distance one last scripture maybe. All right, Matthew 24 verse 7. Or say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Right? And so I say, these are some of the signs that them say, and she is ever. There will be rumors of wars. There will be wars. All right. You share the war, and then they assassinate so. All right. You share the so, and then they assassinate so. We'll see rumors. We'll see rumors of war. Right, and wars. Oh.
And Myanmar to Colombia. And all of this chaos can make the news hard to follow. So in this video, we thought we'd go through every new and ongoing war in 2023. And a quick warning, there's quite a few. Before we start, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell to stay in the loop and be notified when we release new videos. So, to give this video some structure, we're going to go continent by continent, beginning with the Americas, with Mexico, where the long-running war on drugs has escalated recently, despite the country's president pledging it would end in 2018. In January, there were clashes between the Mexican army and the Sinaloa cartel following the arrest of drug lord El Chapo's son. In fact, this spike in violence was so significant that it prompted some US Republicans to call for US military intervention against cartels in Mexico. From FARC, the country's biggest rebel Marxist guerrillas from FARC, the country's biggest rebel group, laid down their arms in 2017. But dissidents and other groups like the ELN remain active. While there have been some clashes with FARC dissidents recently, a 6-month ceasefire with the ELN did begin in August, and a 10-month ceasefire with FARC dissidents is due to begin this month. Over in Europe, the war in Ukraine has continued throughout 2023, with Ukrainian forces earlier this year relaunching their much-awaited counteroffensive aimed at breaking through Russian lines and recapturing territory. Though in reality, this progress has been pretty slow and grueling. This year has seen an increase in attacks by Ukraine on Russian-occupied territory and Russia proper, largely using both air and sea drones, including a second attack on the Crimean Bridge and multiple drone strikes targeting Moscow. Next up, let's move to Africa, where insurgencies aren't always confined within borders. And that's particularly true for West Africa, where there's an ongoing Islamist insurgency by Al-Qaeda and IS-linked groups, which have continued to plague the region, which itself has further been destabilized by a series of coups. For instance, Nigeria continues its battle with Boko Haram in its north, while Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are among the worst affected by insurgencies. In Mali, Al-Qaeda-linked insurgents are besieging the city of Timbuktu, and there's been a resumption of hostilities with Tuareg-led separatist groups in the north. While the coup in Niger back in July raised the risk of an interstate conflict, as West Africa bloc ECOWAS threatened to launch a military intervention if the ousted president was not reinstated. But this ECOWAS intervention now looks unlikely for a variety of reasons. Islamist insurgencies are also ongoing in East Africa too, most notably in Somalia, where the government is currently trying to seize back control of territory held by al-Shabaab, who have also carried out attacks across the border in Kenya. In Sudan, a civil war between the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary erupted in April, which has now resulted in more than 9,000 fatalities and millions of refugees, with most of them taking place in Khartoum and the western region of Darfur. Ethiopia is also still in conflict, despite a formal end of the Tigray War in November of last year. That's because this year, conflict broke out in the country's Amhara region over the Ethiopian army's attempts to disarm the regional militia called Fano, prompting the Ethiopian government to declare a 6-month state of emergency back in August. Also in Eastern and Central Africa, the Democratic Republic of Congo continues to face a series of protracted armed conflicts involving rebel groups in its east, while the Central African Republic's civil war is still ongoing after more than a decade. Though with the help of the Wagner Group and others, the government says that it's now restored its authority over 85% of the territory. Nonetheless, the situation remains volatile, and there's grave concern over the human rights situation in the region. In the Middle East, Syria's civil war is still going 12 years on, though President Assad now looks safe in his position and frontline fighting has mostly subsided. Nonetheless, Syria is still far from peaceful, and there's recently been an uptick in violence, as Turkey, which occupies some of northern Syria, has taken a more aggressive stance towards US-backed Kurdish militants in the southeast. Violence between Israel and Palestine hasn't been limited to the exchange of rocket fire or individual attacks this year. That's because an unprecedented attack occurred in October when Hamas militants broke out of the Gaza Strip and launched a full-scale surprise offensive, which saw them overrun towns and villages in southern Israel, killing, at the time of writing, at least 900 people and taking dozens of hostages. The Israeli government, in response, bombarded Gaza and vowed a complete siege of the small but dense territory of 2 million people, with the Israeli defense minister saying that it meant no electricity, no food, no water, no fuel. Progress has been made this year towards the end of the war in Yemen, with a ceasefire largely holding and ongoing negotiations between the Houthis on one side and the Saudis on the other. A breakthrough agreement between Saudi Arabia and Iran, who back the Houthis, to re-establish diplomatic ties has raised hopes that a settlement can be reached to end Yemen's 9-year war, though there is still a long way to go, and Yemen's humanitarian situation remains dire. The breakaway region of Nagorno-Karabakh was once again at the center of a conflict this year. But this time, Azerbaijan, through a 24-hour military campaign, managed to fully take control of the territory after blockading it for months. The ethnic Armenian separatists in the region have agreed to disarm, and its leadership have announced the dissolution of the unrecognized republic. In the wake of Azerbaijan's takeover, nearly all of the region's 120,000-strong Armenian population has fled to Armenia, in what the country is described as an ethnic cleansing. Next up, Myanmar remains racked by civil war more than 2 years since a coup overthrew the country's civilian government. Now, this conflict is largely between the military junta and the exiled National Unity Government, whose armored wing is now allied with a number of local armed groups. Now, the junta is increasingly using airstrikes to try and counter the widespread armed resistance, with the UN saying that the military and its allies are engaging in more frequent and audacious war crimes and crimes against humanity. So that just about wraps up our list. And as you can see, there are lots of things that have already happened this year, with many millions of people affected. But let us know which areas you think are overlooked and which ones deserve more attention from the international community. A couple of years ago, I was the victim of identity theft, and I only found out when I got a court letter saying that I owed...
All right. So Bible say, oh, okay, Bible, it's not Bible. This Bible is a blessing of the Lord, man, because all these things are happening. I mean, who said all these things are happening because of the Israelites? It's not happening because of some nations. It happens because of the Israelites. Why? Because Bible says when it's signs, and Jesus Christ eba. And no matter ekosu nyina no. Jesus Christ Nyankopon there, and yes and no money am I for a sign for us to know say as you gather yourself together, need the embarrassing so because enche the Bob sending about Jesus Christ there. I'm gonna back. All right, see Nyankopon boa may part 2 because me notes in the door so even come and finish me notes no. Right, to say Nyankopon boa ne omi enkwa near the sotin koma. May part 2 Nyankopon boa next week. So may we so may make sure so may continue the following week. All right. John Marlin. I think you are. I think so. You are the same as John M. I think you are the same as John M. But hey, all praise to Most High family. All praise. The young pan say what me nyansa ni amwodin de. Am yetimi aba. Ne yetimi atre me nyamo Ghana for mo say at the end of the day no. The way all these things are happening no. That's the sign say entry Jesus Christ oba. And also is the sign say the end is coming, right? And I dare say and say, Mami kind last scripture. Waiting asama Zechariah a kind last scripture. When you asama Zechariah, I mean Malachi a kind Malachi chapter 4 verse 4 say, remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel with the statutes and judgment. It's yes, a kind and Rasem na Yampon the Maya and Moses near day, you did so, right? And you want to buy Shenika, and you want to see the Christmas, and you want to see the birthdays, and you want to see the Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, and you want to see your boyfriend and girlfriend, and you want to see a dear, and you want to see CC and then they estimate my class about sa at Diana Aircos or Ghana, Auto Assassin, Obi the Patapa, Abaso assassin made their no pretty careful. Suddenly they defraud. Bible said that shall not defraud thy neighbor. But then the Aircos or Ghana. Aircos or Ghana pa, Auto Assassin, but no biaba, and assassin media, Boku assassin in India. Why? Because OPC it's now when we say this Akosi Bruni has deceived us, Charlie. Bonnie Ecosi because of no only so-called false prophets no more Ghana no more destroy again. Omo na masa no more way na also the next level. Hey, because of them. That's why the Israelites, that's why the true prophets they be revealed say and kofo omunye the real Jews and kofo omunye nyangopon call for me omna ye bonsam no. Their hope say nyangopon boa we bet on leadership by great classes. Oh YouTube. Oh any. Okay, all right. Hey, brother John Marley, if you say that you are not John M, my apologies. All right. So, your bomb person, young boy leadership on my many classes over YouTube. When you subscribe call Israel, subscribe call iuicghana. No, okay, yeah, I subscribe call iuicghana, Ghana, and I have to subscribe it. iuic TV. All right, let's also subscribe to iuic TV. Last video. Mention, wait a minute. Ah, man. Time to call. All right, mommy had it real quick. Let me send it, Anna. Let me send it. Oh, yeah. My show, other videos, rumors of war, earthquakes, now, also another assassins now. Okay. As I me show the way. As I me show the way. And me share 1 minute, be now my ending. All right.
Every lie the white man has taught you and beat into your head. They destroyed your kings, the princes that were in Ghana, the majority of them. You sold your son, the son of God, afro hair. Whoa. All right, this image right here, this white image, when I was throughout Ghana, from Accra to Kumasi, these are the images that you worship. These are the images that you worship. It's number one. Worship this devil right here. So now, I want the people in Ghana to prove to me Jesus is a white man according to biblical scripture. Bible verse. I want book, chapter, and verse, please. Okay. Hey, how about this? Give me Revelation 1, 14 and 15. And let's put the white image of Jesus next to the black image, and let's see which one is correct, please. White Jesus and black Jesus, because Jesus Christ is a black man.
That's right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Wool is afro hair. Wool is afro hair, as white as snow. His head, meaning the hair on his head, and the hair on his face was white like wool. That's afro hair, black people hair. Go ahead.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fire.
When you read Genesis 49, verse 12, it teaches us that the Messiah's eyes shall be red with wine. That's Genesis 49, verse 12. He drank wine in moderation. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Brass is brown.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So Christ was so dark-skinned, it looked like that brass was burnt in the furnace, like you see on the screen there. So how does the Bible describe Jesus Christ, the Son of God? As a black man. A black man. You won't find a Bible verse that says he had pink red skin. You won't find a Bible verse that says he had yellow hair or brown thin hair with blue eyes and his heart on the outside of his chest. You won't find that in the Bible. So my people in Ghana, you've been lied to. You've been deceived from the time of slavery all the way up to today. Shame, 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 because you believe lie after lie after lie. Give me Isaiah 29 and verse 15. So we've proved Jesus Christ is a black man and the white man is a liar. So let's go to Isaiah 29 verse 15, please.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and
Christmas tree.
Verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say,
I'm sorry, I want verse 13. I apologize. 13.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
So let's break that down. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and their lips do honor me. That's when you all say, I love God, I love Jesus, I love the Bible. That's what you all say with your mouth. But then it says, but have removed your heart far from you, meaning your mind, you don't obey anything the Bible says. The Bible teaches you, for example, Jesus Christ had white wool hair, and his skin of his feet and his face, of course, the same, like it burned in a furnace. You go, no, I don't want this Bible scripture that describes Jesus as black. I want the figment of my imagination that the colonizers, the British, taught me, that Jesus is a white man. So in Ghana, you got images of a white man from Accra to Kumasi. White Jesus, okay. White Jesus, white Jesus, white Jesus. Lie, lies, lies. So who taught you that? That Jesus was born on December 25th as a white man. The white man taught you that.
Okay, Bishop.
Yes.
I just want to know, you are saying Jesus Christ is not a white.
That's right. I just read a Bible verse that said he had wool hair and his skin like it burned in the furnace.
Yeah.
That's not white. That's black.
Black.
That's right. Like you and me, Nathaniel.
Okay.
But you people don't believe that because you've been colonized by the British. They raped your foremothers. They stole from you. You're impoverished. You virtually have nothing in Ghana. So you believe every lie the white man has taught you.
and beat into your head. They destroyed your kings, the princes that were in Ghana, the majority of them. You sold your sons and daughters into slavery. Now you believe the white man is your savior. After he took your sons and daughters and shipped them to America, raped your mothers, raped your fathers too.
Yep.
That's right. Some of your fathers got raped.
Yep.
So from there, let's go to Jeremiah 10, because I see you got a tree behind you, Nathaniel. What is that behind you? A Christmas tree?
Yes, Christmas tree.
Oh, let's see what the Bible says about that.
Okay.
Let's see. Jeremiah 10. Let's start at verse 1.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
So God is speaking to the house of Israel. Who is Israel? Our people scattered throughout Africa and the diaspora. The house of Israel is scattered worldwide. The 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
So the Bible says, learn not the way of the heathen. The word heathen means nations. Now remember who colonized Ghana? The British. The British are a heathen nation. It said, learn not the ways of the heathen. Okay? Then it says, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Don't be dismayed at shooting stars, comets, blood moons, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. Don't be shocked and amazed at that stuff. For the heathen are shocked and amazed at that. Read.
For the customs of the people are vain.
When it says the customs of the people are vain, that means the customs of the people are lies. The customs of the people are lies. Go ahead.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Like that fake tree behind Nathaniel. That's a tree behind him. Now, the original trees were cut down from the forest. Go ahead.
Hello, Bishop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a caller on the line. He wants to say something.
Okay. I hope your caller has a Bible chapter and verse. I don't want to hear mouth. I want to hear Bible. What Bible book, chapter, and verse? Right.
Okay. Let me come. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. Bishop.
Yes.
You are really
good morning. Good morning.
What you are saying, I support 100%. You are revealing some truth in the Bible. So I just called to,
Bye. Okay, bye. Bishop, if you heard him right, he came to appreciate what you were saying. If you can hear me.
Okay. All praises. All praises.
Whatever you are saying is the truth, not a lie.
Okay.
So he came to appreciate you. Okay.
And I appreciate him. Now we're reading about that tree behind you. Verse 3 again. We're talking about the tree Nathaniel has in his studio behind him. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
So they used to cut the tree down with an axe. Read on.
They deck it with silver and gold.
So they decorate the tree with silver and gold. If you all notice the tree right there on the right side of the screen, but look at the tree behind Nathaniel in the studio. He has a tree that God says, do not have in your house. Do not set it up, do not decorate it with silver and gold. But as disobedient as Nathaniel is, so are the rest of the people in Ghana. They have a tree in the studio, in their house, in their church, and God says, don't do that.
That's right.
This is why Ghana suffers from Sunday to Friday, January to February, every day, because they are disobedient people. Read on.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers. that it move not.
They fasten that tree so it where the tree stands so the tree don't fall over. Okay, was that it?
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
They used to be a palm tree. Go ahead.
They must needs be born, because they cannot go.
They can't walk.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
Right. So I made a statement. God says, don't put a tree in your house to decorate it. Don't do that. Now, this is in the Babylonian captivity. So we know Jesus Christ was not born the year 606 BC. He was born around 4 AD. So how come the tree, that Christmas tree behind Nathaniel, is used today to honor the birth of Jesus? It's all of Satan. It's all of the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Now, I said, don't put a tree in your house lest you be cursed. Don't put a tree around you and decorate it lest you be cursed by God. Let's read it, Deuteronomy 7, 25 and 26.
Oh, okay, Bishop, please pause for a while for me. Okay.
All right, brothers. All praise to Most High. We one of the interview Bishop in Ghana with one of the radio stations. A good, very, very good class. Interview. Checking it out. But all praise to Most High. I hope so. The SMBB in a day, right? SMBB in a day. See, Nyampon boy, you better part 2 next week. And Nyampon penoma one day and then any nyansa. You better try this chance. You better part 2. All right. See. Hey, all praise to Most High. Yeah, next week, next week, about have say about Ghana about time. So, maybe say me trying me before 12 Ghana time. But say me a little bit early. Not me Ghana for be to me share. But me bon pa say time never bana met me aye. But say nyango pompa next week metwaso. Metwaso. May part 2 matwa addition so. But unyangwa sa aye. Interview a bishop here about Christmas. Very, very good interview. Or bringing out good information. So checking it out. All right. So the message can who subscribe call IUIC TV. And after subscribe or IUIC Ghana. Or any questions, be able to answer no questions now call iuic.ghana@israelunite.org. Your contact information every video here. So be so friend now who may be our question be able to near Kasa. Ubit me afraid. And after so beso near Sundi, I'll fare better be aware that no only a besundi. And to say Yampon Pename chat now question be a bit me at the Ebusa. But John M. Yampon Bonamo Minya time and may entertaining the questions, no. Right? Because right now here the time of this the science of the mom can say I'll share how science are equal as I say there's no time to entertaining foolishness. Obe do continue do a but you mom beso Yampon beso no dim rasom so more important than John. All right. And John Marlin, I mean, Adia coming in about story, but Yapon Bonanya, with me, I share apostle as in my checking it out. All right. To your bumper say the most important thing is I remember the law of Moses, meaning I'm Rassam and Yapon the man Moses in this, no, right? As you make it says a bit Rassam so near faith in Jesus Christ. That's the only way you be salvation. All right. I got Sibuni maybe Chinese name maybe which means I got Sibuni signing him in red the kingdom of Maso. Okay, kind the book of Proverbs say hand joining hands shall not the wicked go unpunished. We are there Sibuni, yes, original punishment. Evil, any wickedness, why yeah, I was as only the punishment yet. Just say also only the punishment. That's why my manager Bible way. God Bible my manager say. Boni bia odi pa ye no benya ho akatua timani de wudi sema kwasiboni ye ne arafo ne Chinese for ye no omo ye yen Israelites no nyampo so betu omo kente mama manage tina Bible ne mama manage because minim say at the end of the day the nyampo say akatua at the whole all these nations it's a mama manage. All right, to all praise the Most High ebo nyampo by say oba me ahode ne nkwane ato edition so to say nyampo pe no me nkwa ani ahode a you better additions into me the best I say any shalom, Most High in Christ bless. All right, shalom, everyone, Most High in Christ bless.